is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
The president to the last person in the NDC. I'm not scared of anybody. Me, I am not scared of anybody in the NDC. It didn't work for you people to come and continue the same nonsense the NPP were doing. Why should you still be keeping this lady in office? She was a personal secretary to Boadu. Eduboy knows he's going to jail. His lawyer, who is attached, who is a former criminal, this dark, black, devilish, action police criminal is this guy's lawyer. So
NDC Kevin Taylor chira onsuru bia wa NDC mu. Onsuru bia ewo NDC mu. Na Lester wodi aba we kra em se man edoso omuda so ewo aban mu a mofi NPP aban mu. Omo connections to Boadu any NPP NDC bayi. Omuda so abu mu na mo sebi omundi nsemfon Kevin Taylor say bro no breye edi NDC ba power no enya afi na oba be ya ma obi aba be kire ndo onyo NDC fu na wo say tie no esan say the platform no so e no odi ye campaign mo ba power na the NDC NPP for ye tie aye to abeti omsa kaka bin sem ne kwasasem ne mama bi o ma betiri so no mudi sansemfo ne o to abeti am no NDC mo be de ene obatu japa ena watu bi but was still obe protect Mahama edubu an case no since I double asari arrest no but before you be arresting bi no Kevin leaky some info bi yes o leaky info bi
has been screaming and backing in Ghana say Adena ye changing Madam Tokonu, it is against our judiciary, it is something against our democracy. Obwa, it is a personal thing. Now, after your marking a company, that company is called, put this name down, MOPAY, Mopay. The company is called Mopay Solutions. Mopay Solutions. I didn't come here to show you documents today, but I'm going to give you an idea of what I'm about to do. Who chrono after your marking, or born or Ghana court. And Lutina, after your marking has been screaming. Adentina ye changing Madam Tokonu because Madam Tokonu mo amani dealer. He's making millions from our courts. Now, this is what Mopay Solutions does. Mopay Solutions System Limited. That is the name. Mopay Solutions System Limited. This company belongs to Afenyo Marking. This company belongs to Afenyo Marking. Mopay Solutions System Limited. Now, that company's contract with Ghana court should be terminated today. What do they do? Now, what they do is they are into compilation of appeal records into Uber Ghana courts. Afenyo Marking Company, a friend of Mopay Solutions System Limited. Compile all the appeals cases records. The company they compile into the money Afenyo Marking is making. No. The dealer on Madam Tokonu Koy and Nuna Afenyo Marking is protecting. Afenyo Marking does not care about anybody in Ghana. Let me put the name down again. Mopay Solutions Systems Limited. Mopay Solutions Systems Limited. Afenyo Marking there. And the job they do is they compile the compilation of all appeal records in Ghana courts in Ghana. Afenyo Marking Company. Madam Tokonu ne demano. It was under Tokonu or J contract we. So all the appeals records in Ghana no, I have your market company and a compilation no, amuna data no mo. That's why he's fighting every Ghanaian say on per se be changing Madam Tokonu. Because when Tokonu moves, we will get to know a Mopay Solution Systems. The Afenyo Market the company no air. Now, there's more to this. I'm just giving you the name and I'm actually letting you know the kind of job they do. And this is a contractor who monopolizing millions of dollars na onya. Afenyo Marking. Now, so what they actually do, then they say, they compile a court of appeals all the appeals records, then they forward it to the Supreme Court. It is the company near friend Mope Solutions Systems Limited. Mope Solutions System Limited, no? MOPAY Solutions Systems Limited, no? They compile all the appeals court records, no? Then they forward the appeals court records, no, compiling to the Supreme Court. There is a connection between Madam Tokonu and Afenyomakin. That company is in there, and Afenyomakin is making millions. It is almost Afenyomakin is punching people, screaming and saying, yes, the Chief Justice, she has done nothing. It's against our democracy. It is a stab in the back of our... He is lying. It is because Madam Tokonu gave him a contract for him to compile all appeal cases and send to her at the Supreme Court. So basically, Afenyomakin controls the appeals cases that is being heard in the Supreme Court. So any appeals case be a court of appeals case be a yebe move akọ Supreme Court no a yebe tena so no e Afenyomakin and decide which one goes first and which goes second. The company is called Mope Solutions Systems Limited. That is Afenyomakin's company. So my friend and Adwina Mumbusa say, does he have any connection? How can a member of parliament, how can somebody who says he's with the legislature, somebody who says he wants the three arms of government to work independently, the same person has a contract in our court, appeals court, and every case that goes there, his company compiles it and moves the Chief Justice. That's why time or day Parliament court, you know, he was the one for about 8 years ago for the power. No, Afenyomakin's company was deciding which case is supposed to move quickly and not to move quickly. This guy is a hardened criminal. In Tubusan also, I'm a businessman. I have not taken anybody's money. Obwa, he's one of the most corrupt politicians in Ghana. It was sorry also a question court when the Chrome and the Oko Winiba, we see court and we see police station. The Chrome ni ana nebusi ani botu ayenchino. Ya the nebusi ani oya Chrome foko jina court. Afenyomakin the see court niti enjelino. Into our group of people el Winiba. So omu kuwa omu kunkwa. So that is what he has built at Widiba. But you come for the Bima Jimmy. Almost I just say, oh, Afenyomakin there or the Widiba. No, Afenyomakin is building a tyranny. So Otis Afenyomakin can say Mahama is autocratic, and then Afenyomakin is a deadly village autocratic leader. Into a sea court and a sea police station. The thugs now more Widiba no omukunipa. Now police wanna ignore. Say a chibi dear don't go quarter, a Afenyomakin property in the court, na a giant panel. Into every time he can make his people take control of the place. And then during the election 2024, Afenyomakin, the followers, Boadu, nothing happened because police officer now or your district, a officer, a commander, no, he is living in Afenyomakin's police station. He is living in Afenyomakin's police station. It would say Afenyomakin. He's always screaming. He is not screaming for Ghanaians. He is not basically doing anything for Ghanaians. Afenyomakin is fighting for himself. He is fighting for his businesses. The company name is Mope. Mope. My friend and Adwina Kevin Taylor say, you own this company. On our compile appeal court cases. Talk on the contract with Mao. And I'm telling the new Chief Justice, the acting Chief Justice, Mr. Bonny, look into this deal and terminate this contract within 24 hours. Because there's so much conflict of interest in the dealings of this company. Look into this contract. The acting Chief Justice, look into this. At least when you look into it, you will see. Mope Solutions Systems Limited. They are the ones. Afenyomakin owns that company. Tokonu gave that to his boyfriend. Sorry, her boyfriend. That is why Afenyomakin keeps doing what? Keeps screaming. Record management, record compilation. That is what they do. And do not underestimate the damage Afenyomakin is doing to democracy. Me the amount ochina meba I'll bring you the documents. Now my Ghana for you say Afenyomakin is a thief. All right. Now let's take care of another business. Yes, this is the judge. Judge na or your appeals court judge na or say Afenyomakin is court into onuna airco Afenyomakin Chrome. Abra, you this judge, you know Afenyomakin has attacked a police officer. He has been assaulted. The whole Ghana police service, it has released a statement to say Afenyomakin is a person of interest, and that they are demanding the Speaker of Parliament to release that criminal who attacked a police officer. And while we are judging now, but making sure say Ghana Security Service for police for no civilian and a person who calls himself an honorable member who makes laws has attacked the police officer. Now we judge, you know, what's around a pa ejara hohoro to atamobag say Afenyomakin say member may be a court. Are you insane? Are you thinking? Are you a judge? Are you actually there to see things done right? This is the woman. This is the woman. Give me a name, Mr. S. This is how low our judiciary it has become. And this issue happened 2 days or 3 days before, after Afenyomakin had slapped a police officer. So as a judge, morally, you have to tell the man, you know something, I don't want to be in the news. In fact, the whole police department, the IGP has released a statement that you have committed a crime and that they are looking into it. So I don't want to be part of this, Mr. Man. But this woman woke up in the morning, and I'll say, yes. Now, how can we allow individuals, especially politicians, to build, individual politicians to build police station and courthouse? Are we insane? How can we allow a politician who basically does not have any better track record, a politician who has a lot of allegations of corruption hanging on his neck, build a court and build a police station? How are you going to make sure that the right thing in that community or constituency is done? Because technically, Afenyomakin has built a firewall that is going to protect his people in a constituency. Now, whoever is posted there to be the judge, can you judge anybody who is related to Afenyomakin? No, because even the day this edifice was being commissioned, the appeals court judge who came knew or knows that Afenyomakin had attacked the police officer, but still she went. Why? Because majority of these judges in our courts are supposed to be screened again. Serious overhauling of our judges are very important, and I'm appealing to the new acting CJ that this nonsense needs to stop. Then an armed robber can go build a police station and go bring an appeals court judge and say, open a police station. And then the next day, an armed robber will kill somebody, and the police commander will be like, the armed robber built this police station, so I cannot go and arrest the person. This nonsense is crazy. We need to stop it. In the same way, these are the things that breeds corruption. We are allowing corruption to breed in our constituency, in our communities. Now, Obisi police station, I'll bet much the bush any. Afenyomakin boys something that you sa wini bo ewifo nko a omu botuo emo wosikan na oji se betu match obi atum anything na election no okọ wini ba na police force support Afenyomakin bo wini ba fo. Mrs. This judge, her name is Mariam Ajiman. Why do you do that? Why do you soil yourself like this? Why do you dirty your career like this? Is this a kind of ethics? Is this a kind of principle? Nantinka uba ene police ni na Afenyomakin bo na suma. And can no purpose of the jara horoto atamage kuta say mikobie ko atama Afenyomakin. Why are you people? You've lost all your principles like that. And the moment you kasa mo dem ti samo ya nkwara. Dey na ubenya kakra de be mo atafrinti an appeals court judge. Say hwesibia wudi politician ni sa akwara. Say hwesibia omo yawo. You cannot at least keep your respect a little bit. Mama corruption political judges. Some of you. Now let's take off today's business. Mama Renfi the cost in dollar no gigim. Ghana cedi currently the best currency in the world after appreciating by 16% against the US dollar since the start of April. John Mahama bebre. Yeka political Jesus ajenkwano John Mahama. And there's a NPP for they cannot actually say John Mahama 120 days in some kind of cry and throw. It shows the grip John Mahama has on governance. It shows the experience John Mahama and the NDC they have on governance. And Nitina, what you are seeing around the world, and you see the whole Riasi, and you see a Riasi ankasa say, and the Riasi oba a Riasia sika and one ding a city under John Dramani Mahama. A city. na mate say NPP for kan ai moment fama Bawumia because Bawumia na di go and I'm say inti fama Bawumia yamfa DDP ni so ma Bawumia na yamfa inflation e kodu 54 ne ma Bawumia na yamfa corruption na epiki yama yanke titin yamfa ma Bawumia na yamfa GDP na ekana mo bottle over 1.2 trillion no yamfa no so Bawumia yamfa galamsey na at the point na Ghana yenya nsuompo nom enya bebi nja yamfa no so ma Bawumia because mo si yamfa we mamo na Bawumia na ma dollar na bedru ha ama sidi ne nya hoden intimi buso DDP no COVID-19 no nkofo mu ya through DDP no and all the things that happened under Ekufu and Bawumia yamfa so Bawumia na mo MPP for mo yankwasiafo mu bi koto de ne bodwe yamfa ma Bawumia na inti yamfa DDP ni ma Bawumia yamfa 38% ni ma Bawumia yamfa unemployment rate ni ma Bawumia yamfa inflation rate 54% ni ma Bawumia na yamfa Ghana ya boy ni nya so fa ma Bawumia because sebio say wo je left or so je right kan and I know de me yamfa ma Bawumia yamfa we mo ma Bawumia aya na mo bodam. This is the record of Ato forcing John Mahama and the NDC administration that is cutting costs, that is being very prudent, that is making sure our fiscal space is maintained well, that is making sure we are not wasting money, that is making sure people like Addison do not have access to monies. That make sure say these are people who are thinking. What's here from Bawumia? Yate say yamfa we ma Bawumia dia yamfa DDP ni ma Bawumia yamfa PDS ni ma Bawumia yamfa de galano ma Bawumia yamfa 38% ni so Bawumia nko a yamfa inflation na ekodu 57 ni mfa ma Bawumia yamfa Ghana besiana na amene yamfa ma Bawumia yamfa ni nyina ma Bawumia na ne yamfa we nka ho mo ye moa Ato na record no Ato na hu ni saa no don't underestimate Ato. Ato has proven say enya kasa enye sebio ochim na wujimi hu parliament enye de embrofu janjan Ato a say it is all about the game is on the ground adwuma no wo form Ato so far de wa ye krampo de ye ka kira Ato say wa anya bibi kran kan ho bi eye ye ka kira Ato ene NDC John Mahama mo say bebi om de edu no dollar na edu 13 no say o ma anya bibi kran kan ho eye because o man slow down one hwe tete na dollar no akwa koduru 1 eba sa so yeso boga esi aso ba ehye enti a chow pa ye de bema thank you very much. That's the judge, right? Thank you. I will show her picture again. Ya besi ama NDC for ye pa mo chow you see a Ghana for pa chow boga se pa chow speed na mo de ye kono ya me ani anya din a yendu 2020 yendu the end of this year no na dollar no edru 1 enti we de a chow pa ena me pa MPP for ye nyina ye Ghana for moma yendo do ho na yamwa na yenka nche NDC for say ye na ye se pe ye na ye complaini ye na ye se oh we de dollar no ekodru 17 na speed na mbode ye kono yesra mo sanka metima ma dollar na gina akakra be 7 months bi a 13 ye ai ye to bogus ye hia bibi ye hia kakra be fie 13 ye ye betume deal with 13 for now na sanka e bi edu December na nka mo de akwa bi a 12 na nke ko next year mo de aba bi a 11 because de mo de ye ko de intermediate. I am pleading on behalf of Ghanaians Ghana for bebre kasa si esre mo NDC for speed in the doorso si bia dollar ne kofom no sebio sidi na ho de ne koso no haboges
Mr. Mahama. Yes, you're the Doris na here adwuma.
Zamama and yes Elizabeth ye de Elizabeth de adwuma me say de from Poma enam de adwuma enti esrew baby a wo de Doris akodu no yesrew Mr. Mahama wo de atwa so na nka ebia isi ayo 13 right and o check app me de send this kako Ghana. Let me see the real because you see an apps no come confused because ebj de just say mama hwe you see how punch $1 woman where wave mama 320 wave mama 320 mama fan chiro hey you see a wave mama 320 $1 1320 13 Ghana 20 pesos John Mahama ba power ya na 17 and anything e catch John Mahama na NDC for say ato nyabotre na wan hwe ya na say 2 months time ato ya hwe ya na 2 months time what the dollar you could do 8 na ya ne bogus you can answer saying in slow down ato maintain your level what the mama ninja 13 higher 1320 1321 Na yan konkodru be ya August September number 13 na nkasa meda 13. Enti atrani ewura 2026 a. Na mo dey about 12 because when anoding Sibia mo dey ekoro dey yanhwe ya and the 38 90 there's a wood echo 90 years na NPP baba. Enti ato where the wow ba I me won't share them pema asem sa matis on pema asem sa which is fine. I know say some time back time I know my primaries for executives I went after in fact I went after you. I told you not to go to your constituency and interfere. And I said from that day you have never liked me, which is fine. At least you are doing your job. So if you are doing your job, that's fine. You don't like me, it's fine. And I know, I respect that. And you'll be able to myself. But your job there, you are doing your job nicely. As much as you hate me, I beg, slow down for Ghanaians. 13, 20 year. Let it stay there. Let us protect this one. At least because Mami phone ko joma omu nyina ba omu be dia dance feel say your friend aban papa aban adwene Ghana fo ho aban a sebio omo already so omeboa Ghana fo say yanti ne to aba dia aka ikare de aban ne be ye ho adwuma e say galamse a ebeko ye nyina nka etirimbom ne yanko galamse no eye kro no ketenkete we na aban pe say nipa na omu ni begye John Mahama likudenti of politics nyina ne say maami say ene mbrante omo Ghana ebi beka say yenya president aban omunim nyansa omo ye bibi aban de eba e so hu se aban no ye bibi na ende Ghana ofa tokrobia mu a obi hu se aban no ye bibi and that is what we want to see, a government that is willing to work and a government that is showing work, and we can see ofa bebia obi anim de aban no ye NPP for nkwan ehu de aban ye, but it's fine, it's okay. Obi a wajimi de wajimi, you cannot do anything about it. Inti John Mahama and NDC for and Bloomberg are reporting around the world. They say the Ghana city has been named the world's best performing currency this month after appreciating nearly 16% against the US dollar since the start of April 2025. And the Akwesi Bronia Kodema Kotanasi Broni in economics change before a fact. Yomunim economics in China Kianko IMF and Kobobesia. Akwesi Bronia the economics by on the chile senior to sikasem. Omo nyina akɔhye dem omo mutimu eye adwuma omo adwene mu dɔ ehwe sikasɛm ntotoye ewo wiase omo se ende de omo tuo monum tuo tei omo se NDC John Mahama aban no ende ewiase onyankopɔn hwɛ so ewiase onyame boye obofri Genesis chapter 1 ebesi eye Revelations no ende se onyankopɔn ba na ɔka se ende atamuda ne nie nyina yenkɔ a seed no the strongest currency in the world. Hey, when go 18 years ma NDC when kwa inti yede dia kan be kan wa na is 42 above no etem mampon hina bomu nana manu sisumina so sorry nana we de manu ni sisumina so ayenu se mampon hina ka bebi inti sebio enye se me kan bibi etia nana mano ena fom ye nana we de dio ni amanu hunu bebi awo bia nyamemfa wonsie inti ewiase mpanifo nyina ehia ena om se we any currency inti ochina ye nyina yewu ewiase ochina ye bo eye totomento no papa Tim they say ochina your boss papa na say wiase endia John Mahama answer na ebewu no or na ma Ghana currency ni number 1 in the world. So when you ajabo unsem where the nisweni where afena start de mu be hu de mu hu bi da ye the development be bromo ye the mpuntu be bromo ye the edian ewiase Ghana nhyehyɛ ye de be bromo ye the sikapa be bromo ye the ahunya ye the eye impuntu be bromo ye the develop near some infrastructure cry yanko road construction yanko dams aye be yi ye nyanko se ne be imbeburu na ya fa omom be coding no ye nyan graduate ye the impuntu be bromo pam omodwa when na Ghana for pay anything that be eti ha ye be dwam ama Ghana for ehunu kure no. Team, stay with me. I have only one eye tonight. Team, I have only 2 eyes tonight, so stay with me. All right. Thank you. Now, there's another story we need to talk about. Makacha, the president, and advised whoever is in charge at the Jubilee House, president to the last chief of staff, Samba miensa way they need to be sacked. And I'm never going to stop. This woman at Air Drugs Authority, Air Food and Drugs Authority, your friend Mimi Dakun. She is incompetent. She is an Akufo-Addo appointee. She needs to be sacked. I don't care who is in the Jubilee House protecting this lady. She needs to be sacked. The grassroots don't want it. NDC4 are not happy. Ghana 4 in general are not happy. This woman needs to go. Nobody can give us any excuse. Nobody. I'm not going to listen to any excuse from anybody in Ghana. The grassroots, the NDC people who did the job. If you, the president, and the people in the Jubilee House, you don't want issues in the future. You don't want the grassroots to turn against you. You need to sack the FDA boss this week. Ochina, she needs to get her letter. Or else we will redirect the grassroots to you. We will let the NDC base and the young people in Ghana who sacrificed to vote for you, John Mahama, and the NDC to turn against you people because the second person who needs to be sacked, a woman where funny, Yvonne Nana, a free year opare, or a Akufo-Addo personal secretary. Nana Danko Akufo-Addo appointed this lady to head a airport company limited. This woman needs to be sacked. You, the NDC, John Mahama, you know, people have been complaining about keeping this woman at the Ghana Airport Company. Whoever is in the NDC protecting this woman, you are not powerful than the NDC. They have to be sacked. You need to sack these women. They are not supposed to keep their portfolio. These are women who believed in Akufo-Addo Bawomia's vision. They never believed in your vision. So to keep these women in their position is a total disrespect to the people in your party and also Ghana as a general, as a whole. So I am telling the president with all due respect, Mr. President, these women have to be sacked. The third woman is Saratu Atta. Saratu Atta was a personal secretary to the president, Nana Akufo-Addo. This woman has been on campaign trails with the NPP. She had covered up corruption. Yeah? This woman, she is in charge of commercially important persons. That part of the airport, on raising one revenue from a government of Ghana. That part of the airport where important people pass through. On raising a single dime. In fact, go and check her books. Nobody can show us a documenter. Samami we share a CIP, Ghana Airport Company, a Kotoka International Airport. If she has been able to make one revenue document available, say, yeah, this CIP in Sano. This is how much money she has made. She's making all the money and giving it to an NPP person. This woman has to go. I am not going to listen to anybody. I speak for the people who helped to bring the NDC to power, and the people are enjoying the good governance. I am not going to sit back and say, yes, because the NDC came to power. Because I shouldn't say it. The NDC, you came to power for us to guide you and protect you. If something is not right and the people down there are not happy about it, sack them. This is not about friendship. This is not about who knows who. This is not about, this person, we used to know this person. It is the perception. Politics are about perception. If you don't get rid of these people, the people down there who work for you to get up there, the perception will be there that you people don't care about their problems. Their main issue is that these people don't believe in your vision and they need to be sacked. They are equally important, intelligent, honest women who can fill these positions respectfully. So, Mr. President, whoever is in charge of these things, we are giving you people a week. They need to be sacked. There's no negotiation in this. Nobody is going to negotiate with anybody. These are people who are supposed to be sacked. Oko CIP or airporter, Obia Rawa $450 per person. Mumusa Mami will say she should provide one document that she say this is how much revenue she has made. Every single money. Eko Saratu Atta. Eko Nwano Nakoma Gabi. She cannot publish a CIP how much money they have made for the government of Ghana. She cannot bring one document. Monchan is unproduced one document to show say she's made a positive. She's made some revenue for the government of the day. Nana Akufo-Addo na appointed not your personal secretary to Akufo-Addo. I can show you pictures of her and Akufo-Addo sharing very beautiful moments in Akufo-Addo's office. These are not people who are supposed to be the face of the NDC government. We are not stupid anymore. We are not going to allow you politicians to have your time. To have your time. No. This lady, Saratu Atta, Odinanema Kusibuati, first class access. San kwasi anyoma na mo de fa airport ho time na NPP wo power Kusibuati gold ne diamond no sa lady we na e de ma no. This lady is not supposed to be at the airport. anybody in the NDC government who will be protecting this lady, then on the Mami way a deal. Into this lady Saratu Atta needs to be sacked. I don't care who she is, who her friend is in the NDC, and whoever is in the NDC vouching for these ladies and try to threatening people not to touch these ladies. You have to come and threaten me. Well, what NDC? Now I know you, the person doing this nonsense. You have to come and threaten me, because until these women leave their offices, I'm never going to stop showing their faces here. This lady, she is in charge of NCCE. President, Mr. President, why is this fool still at NCCE? I didn't get away with NCCE. At a point, we read every single nonsense this lady wrote about you and your party. Why? You say a sorry, Anna. Mojo say party the grassroots no muye juma mo yankwasiafo ana. And I'm directing this to the president himself. Do you think the grassroots, they are stupid? You think the women and men and young people who got on the street to give you 1.8 million gab, they are foolish? They are not. It's been 4 months. You cannot keep this NCCE lady there. This lady needs to be sacked. Why is she there? Why is she there? I saw some pictures of her traveling with your government officials out of the country. Are we crazy? These are people who don't believe in your vision. We have read this woman's tweet and they'll come on Facebook. They have deleted everything. Saga will on the Facebook page. We deleted Bibia. Go on her Twitter page. She has deleted everything. Same applies to the 3 ladies I showed you. Why are we sitting here entertaining this nonsense? So whoever is in the NDC, this Kalin Adi, she needs to be sacked. She needs to be sacked by next week. And yes, sir, Mr. President, you will not like me. I'm telling you. And say, Mr. President, me, Kevin Taylor, I will use the truth to protect your government, defend your government, and make sure the right thing is done. That is what I can do. I will never, because I like your intelligence, I like your commitment, your humility. What should I say? You can save this nation. I will never compromise. Say, because of that, I will say, me made the wrong thing to be done. I'm not going to agree. I am not a lapdog. Until this message goes to the Flagstaff House, it goes to the president respectfully. These people are supposed to be sacked, or else we are going to make the people down there understand they are not supposed to kill themselves for the NDC again. They are not supposed to go out there and try to defend the NDC again, because this woman is not better than any woman who was on the street or in the NDC who worked to get you into power. So sack this one next week. I am not commanding you. I am respectfully telling you that that is what the base does not like. That is what Ghanaians are seeing, and they are beginning to think that NPP and NDC are pet. And it's not because NPP and NDC are pet because of this nonsense. Because of some way be now say NDC ba power no krano enkwasiafo ani eto abeti omusi emepamo no, they are still in office. So what is the difference? I don't want to hear such nonsense from these MPP piglets. And I am not going to sit here. Let me tell you people, NDC for no, from the president to the last person in the NDC, I'm not scared of anybody. Me, I am not scared of anybody in the NDC. I respect people. And the sacrifice people did to bring this party to power, that same sacrifice, Amanfo are willing to do it. So if some of you think, say, when your power kakranti, you can overlook some things. These are the things that are important to people like us, because we worked so hard for you people to come and clean the system. We didn't work for you people to come and continue the same nonsense the MPP were doing. So I lady wait NCC in Kwasiade Ben wanye. In Kwasiade Ben as I lady we wanye. Net Ghana say because NDC about power until we should shut up. Me, I don't shut up until the right thing is done. So this is a respectful one, and this is nicely going to the president with all the respect in the world. I want to see these 4 ladies sacked. And these 4, and there are other people in the system who are equally qualified to occupy this position. They need to be sacked. I am not hearing anything again. I don't want excuses. I don't want any explanation. The president needs to release a statement to sack this woman. That's it. All right. You these people in the Jubilee House. And I don't want to mention names, but you know yourselves. If you people dare me by Monday, I'll come and list the number of people in the Jubilee House entertaining this nonsense. If you people give me, if you people by Tuesday, you don't sack this woman, I'll come and sit here and list the people in the Jubilee House, from the president to the last person in the Jubilee House, who is in charge and condoning this nonsense. Me, I don't care. It's media. I'm giving you people the benefit of the doubt to protect your own integrity and your names in that Flagstaff house. By Monday or Tuesday, we need to see letters. Nobody should try and give excuses. No. Samba 4 way, they need to be sacked. And I've directed this to the Chief of Staff's office, Julius Debra, the last time I mentioned your name. The reason I'm mentioning your name is because I know that your office, the things you people are doing there, I don't agree with it. I've mentioned one. When I come on Monday, I'll bring another one. I'm sending this to the Chief of Staff's office. You are the best friend of the president. Maybe the president haven't heard what I'm saying. Take it to him. If you don't take it to him, then it means that your job as the Chief of Staff, and how many Chief of Staff do you have? We have an advisor to the president, Valerie Sawyer. You are also part. I'm sending this message to you. Take it to the president. Callistus Mahama, you are the secretary to the president. I am sending this message to you. Take it to the president. Standogbe, I am sending this message to you. You people, the president is too busy, and if you people think you don't want to send a message to the president, I will find a way to send it to the president. But I'm sending you 4 people. If anybody thinks they are big and they cannot be spoken to respectfully and they cannot do what the people want, you people should walk out of the Flagstaff house. Nobody get time for anybody. It's a resetting system. It is not about friendship. It is not about pleasing NPP and pleasing NDC. It is not about making everybody think you are father for all. It is not about you being somebody everybody likes. It's about delivering and making sure the people who brought you to power, you have given them what they want. And what they want is that these 4 ladies are supposed to be sacked. For now, I'll make it sound like the president hasn't heard it. That is why I've mentioned names. Julius Debra, I've mentioned your name. Valerie Sawyer, I've mentioned your name. Callistus Mahama, I've mentioned your name. And I've mentioned Standogbe, you 4. I don't want to hear any of you are involved in this nonsense. The 4 of you, I've mentioned your name. Your names. I have my own checks. I do my own job. I don't want to come out and let the people know what is happening at the Flagstaff house. For now, I know the president hasn't heard it. You people should take the message to the president that this is what the grassroots wants. And in 24 hours to 48, 72 hours, by Monday or Tuesday, changes needs to be done, or else I'll never stop talking about this. Me, I am straightforward. I don't care about how anybody feels. What I care about is the people who gave you people power, how they feel. And Joyce Bawa Muktari, you are also part of it. You are part of the list that I mentioned. You are also part. Send a message to the president. All right. Now, you see, nobody should think, say, this young man, nobody should even start to point a finger. No point to some cat. Anybody who tries to point their finger at me, I'll bite your finger. Me, I'm not a kid. When I started defending the NDC and using the facts to protect the NDC, to bring the NDC to power, nobody tried anything. So right now, no, if the NDC is in power, it is us that will tell the NDC the right things, and they have to listen to the truth. That's all. Me NPP journalist, Mentesa Paul Ademocho, I come and sit here and lick the butt of Boadu. No, I will let you people know what is right and what to do for the people to still keep loving you and keep you in power. It might be bitter, but it has to be done. And if it has to be done, it has to be done well. And if it's going to be done well, it has to be done on this platform. It is not about you being nice to me, or me knowing you, or you being a very nice person. It's about the right thing being done. Mr. P, this, how can you have these ladies? This lady, this lady as CIP, Onye. She was a personal secretary to Kufuado. Lady Amisemon Pamnia or CIP. This is the lady. This is her. How can you be keeping this lady in your government? This lady, that's her, Onye. Saratu, this is Saratu Onye. How can you still be keeping this lady at CIP at the airport? Why should you be doing that? And I'm MP before. Why should you still be keeping this lady in office? She was a personal secretary to Kufuado. I didn't question no. Huh? I didn't question no. This lady, she's still at CIP. I didn't question some of the Ghana no. Into more NDC for money and ma omu a capability to handle CIP. Which one is that? Look at this lady, the woman at CIP. That woman I am sending this message to you people at the Flagstaff house. By Monday, she needs to be sacked. The airport boss, she needs to be sacked. This NCC woman, she has to go. And the Ghana Food and Drugs Authority, that woman has to go. This is the lady. This woman is a Kufuor family member. She, look at her. That's her in the picture. Look at her. That's her. You see her? How can you be keeping this lady at the Kotoka International Airport? That's her in the picture. Do you see her? I don't question some more NDC for Moya Nesano. After I got to Flagstaff also, Moya Nam for some. Why should this is an insult to all the women in the NDC? Why they can't fill this position? They can also do this job. What is about this lady that nobody wants this woman to go? What is about this CIP lady that you people don't want her to go? What is it about her? What is it about her? Are they party papa dia? In Kofo, ebo flag a bu omo ye demonstration. And na me wie mu no. Na san kwasha fo omo wen. And then the power to move fear omo de mobile power. We need these people sacked in 3 days. This is a tweet from the NCC boss. The NCC boss. That's the tweet. Let me show you. This lady you people are protecting. The NCC boss. When John Mahama was in power, these are some of the tweets. What did she write? Attempting to destroy all institutions, including the Supreme Court, a national day of shame. Mahama must go. Are we stupid? This is Kathleen Addy. That was her tweet in 2016. These people came together to make sure you lost the elections. Nanda mo wini power mona mote brofo mona moniate mona muni munyansa mona just say grassroots ni amwa until you decide. This lady has to go. Now mo say NPP for the better ma NPP for about power NDC ni belo mujana office e dey nkwasi governance na mo pese mu bu no. What kind of nonsense is that? And you look at all these things and you sit there in the Jubilee House or the Flagstaff House and you want us to say nobody should complain. You want us to sit here and say nobody should complain. It is normal. Now 8 years Nana, people were working hard to get you back into power. No, I didn't go. This is going to the Flagstaff House. This lady, she needs to be sacked by Monday, Tuesday. If this lady doesn't get out of the office, you people will not like me. We will make sure that the base, it not be only NDC base. We will also put a demonstration together. Yes, it is coming from me. Sir and Ma Forway, they all have to leave office. They all have to leave office. These women. These 3 women, they have to go, including this NCC lady. These people all have to leave office. They all have to be sacked. It does not matter. It does not matter who and whoever is protecting this woman, the party, the grassroots, they don't need these people. It is a respectful one. I respect the president. Every single respect I give to the president. I give every single respect to everybody working in the Jubilee House or the Flagstaff House. Every respect. From Julius to whoever is in the Flagstaff House, I respect. But until you people show me that you respect the people who brought you to power, I will continue keeping that respect intact. I don't speak for a politician. I speak for the grassroots person. I speak for the young Ghanaian. I speak for the people who were intimidated, frustrated, shot and killed for 8 years, who went through shit. Some people lost their jobs because of you people at the Flagstaff House today. Some people lost friends because of you people. Some people lost international deals because of you people. Some people basically went through trauma, business trauma because of you people. Today you get power and you want to tell them that they are foolish. These 4 ladies have to be sacked. By Tuesday they need to leave. Maybe I'm a come piece away. Me, I keep telling you people. All right. Now, there's another story that I want us to look at. Edu Buahin, yes, say, Edu Buahin, former NSB, National Signal Bureau for Boss, and the Attorney General, Amayachina, Nwake Jim. He is trying to distract the system. There's one thing I want to tell Ghanaians. Edu Buahin Sama Okeka said 960,000 of the funds I am accused of stealing were used to pay allowances of MPs on Defense and Interior Committee to facilitate passage of National Signal Bureau, in whose interests? Or say accusation accusation Attorney General, any allegations are and yet in the court no or beso catch Ghana for say Thank you very much, sir. So, Edubuahin say, this is nonsense. This is all. The pictures I'm looking, if you people don't sack Saratu, you people no good like me. And this goes to the people I've mentioned your names. They say if you people don't sack that Saratu girl, that Mimi girl, that airport, you people don't go like her. You people, you see. Now let's come back to this criminal Edubuahin. And there's something some people don't want us to discuss, but we will discuss. Edubuahin have release memo every day, prison, and prison custody, and holding cell, and whatever you want to call it. Or say what the memo about Bontene. Now, or the document to be can or say accusation accusing no. Sa accusation accusing na sika na yesu awia no. Or the emu bi etua nipa bi sika emomo passe eye bibi or parliament edema eye the NSB no heady. Now, what I want to tell the Attorney General is simple. The Attorney General should just shoot. The Attorney General has made his case. The Attorney General needs to stick to his case. Whatever Edubuahin when it's and evidence or so he should give it to his lawyer. At this point, Edubuahin knows he's going to jail. His lawyer, who is Atachia, who is a former criminal, because Atachia sat at the housing department ministry. He did a lot of deals. I exposed him with facts. Atachia till date, he could not answer those deals he was signing for NPP members. Atachia Seglebe Housing told us that some monies were missing and that he did not take the money and that it was his chief director at his ministry. Till date, this Atachia, this criminal, this dark, black, devilish, action police criminal is this guy's lawyer. So you should know where he's coming from. Now they want to play mind games. And the mind games they want to play and say, they want to take people's mind from the main issue. They want to throw out a couple of unnecessary, baseless memo. Let me tell you, a memo cannot defend you in court. What the Attorney General is holding, the Ekuta Attorney General, the allegation the Attorney General has made, that is what you need to do, respond to. Now, I've seen the NPP people trying to make this conversation about some stupid memo this guy has released. The question here is, the memo the guy has released, does it answer the questions the Attorney General is posing to this guy? And the question I want to ask this guy, Edubuahin, is simple. All the monies that you paid to the so-called people you said you paid when you were the head of NSB, who gave you the authorization to pay? Because that money is government money. Unless you want to tell me Kandapar signed it off for you to pay. Because if even the national security budget is not published, nobody can just go into the national security monies and just pick and start paying. So I want to ask Edubuahin, we have heard you. You have a memo. You have paid some monies. Who gave you the authorization to pay those monies? Because if you had not paid those monies, those people wouldn't have gotten the money. Those people on the committee, I don't care about them. Because if the money wasn't available, they wouldn't get access to the money. So the question here is, did the people on the committee, did they pull a gun at you for you to go into government money, to go pick government money to pay them? Because the fact of the case is, all the allegations the Attorney General, Editor Wosono, you have deviated or moved away from the allegations. Now you are telling us your story. If you think you have a story, if you think you have defense, if you think you have facts to prove your case, we are not the ones you are supposed to show memo to. These are things that are supposed to be weapons that your lawyer will use in court. This should be a surprise to the Attorney General. But you know the reason why they are doing this? It is psychological. It is to divert the conversation. It is to cause for public sympathy. That is what they are doing. Now, so we say NPP for argument, as usual, they are criminals. So we say argument, almost say, Edubuahin position or occupy a very sensitive position, a national security position. And he is not supposed to be going through this. That is the argument from the people who are on the sidelines telling us that they have integrity and credibility and that we should give them another nod to come to power. Abaina ba me ache dubuahin. Emma abaina koye nhwehwemu at the end of the day Attorney General file case at the court. The NPP now omodi akwa we betna office now owie sika no. Omu ka kire say we should not follow the money. We should not try and prosecute this guy because a human guy we ye no na a national security job, a very sensitive, and that he handles sensitive information. Oh, really? Sa kwa we case here can wase me. And I keep telling Ghana for. Sa asemu ya enkofo we kan eye edubu ahin asemu no. Debi am ka che Ghana for. NPP Baba Power be made 42 years and over. You know why? Because NPP for say ye Jimmy. We have short memories. And John Mahama katre Ghana for I was saying making sure say ye kai nyoma. Now this story we are talking about NSB the same as NCA. They all are under a national security. Now the same NPP in 2017, 18, 19 who were calling Judge Cheba to jail the appointees and NCA then under NDC, you know. Today, these people are telling us, oh, Edubuahin, Onusu Yejumo NSB, he falls under national security or was sensitive position. Now, the allegations and our case that the Attorney General has made against this criminal, are they similar to the NCA case? Yes. Judge Cheba jailed those people because Ophili said, case na done in there were a lot of things that Omanyan. Now, this guy technically is working in the same agency na omomo NCA no eyejuma. So why is it today that this guy has been caught? The Attorney General has conducted serious, thorough investigations. Why would the NPP make an argument to say, why is the Attorney General going after Edubuahin, who used to be the head of NSB, because he handles sensitive position? Now look at this. Sensitive document. Now, these are the similarities between Edubuahin case way and NCA for now. For what is the difference between that case and this case? Yakacha say NCA for more under NDC, no, they did what? They did a lot of misappropriation of funds. They actually did some purchase and asset procurement which was against the law, procurement breaches. They said a lot of things. Now, NCA for now NPP through Jacheba for Mujeli. What is the difference between a Juma normal year and a Juma na a Dubuahin and the Olusujina court? But their argument is that we should not touch a Dubuahin. A Dubuahin could have sensitive information. Now, one of my NCA no, and I check Jacheba for Tinakunyum, a jelly omo, and they could follow those instructions. No, not Sanko for no, were they not also in charge of sensitive documents? Kotodi and the budget. Look at the similarities in the two cases. Now, both NCA case, which that case you know about, Jacheba for a jelly, NCA for now, Moshe Edian, or Moshe Mahama appointee. These are the similarities in the two cases. And remember, the NCA and the NSB, they all work under their national security. So who is making an argument to say, Edubuahin handles sensitive information, so we cannot prosecute Edubuahin because he has put out some stupid memo. Now, both the NCA case and the Kobina Edubuahin's case involves allegation of financial misconduct within Ghana's security and regulatory institutions. So the two cases are similar. The charges it is not too different from the charges Yadibo NCA for under Mahama ya appointed Omana Ekufuado Obaya through Jacheba for Omujeli Omono. Now, one, what were the charges and what are the similarities? Misappropriation of funds. Now, in both cases, officials were accused of diverting large sums of money for unauthorized purposes. In today's case, it's the same thing. Edubuahin has diverted their funds through unauthorized for unauthorized purposes. NCA for no allegation to it was the same thing. You can say they have diverted funds to go do unauthorized things. Now it says Edubuahin's allegation allegedly transferred $49 million $49 million for the National Signal Bureau, that is the NSB, to private accounts, while the NCA case involved officials misusing funds meant for cybersecurity infrastructure. What's the difference? Why didn't we tell Ghana for say, time and a jelly NCA for, time and a Cheba for, a for the man instructions are all jelly NCA for? Why didn't we say those people had sensitive information and that we should not handle them like that? But Argentina NPP for making cases say, Edubuahin or NSB, they handle sensitive information. NSB and NCA are the same thing. They are all under national security. So nobody can make that argument. Anytime I can say, so stupid memo, no, the Attorney General should just give it a black eye and focus on the allegations against Edubuahin. Because even in his memos, he was not able to state or answer the allegations that is leveled or has been leveled against him. He has moved away from the allegations and now he is talking about a memo. This memo is not supposed to be for us. We don't care about Edubuahin's memo. We don't care about things he knows. The things he knows that he thinks can make his case better, he should give it to his lawyer. Because these are things that his lawyer needs to bring to court to prove that he is not guilty. So to throw these things out, psychologically, he wants to muddy the system. He wants to distract the system. He does not want the conversation to be about the allegations against him. He wants the conversation to be about his allegation that at the end of the day does not affect the Attorney General's allegations. So these are things we need to get right. Now look at the similarities. These are some of the similarities. Team, stay with me. I have 2 eyes tonight. Only 1 eye, sorry. Besides, so the second similarity, a NCA case in 2017, a jelly, under John Mahama, and NSB, and under Edubuahin. This is the issue. National security implications. These are the similarities in the cases. Now, the accused in both cases justified their financial transactions as necessary for national security operations. Edubuahin's leaked memo claimed that funds were used for intelligence activities, including payments to MPs for passing security laws. Similarly, the NCA case involved contracts for surveillance and equipment. So why are you saying the NCA case, those people who were handling the same information and also those same people who were at the end of the day, the surveillance equipment we were saying were not right the way they purchased and the way they used it. Why are we today saying Edubuahin there? He handles sensitive information. So we should not talk about Edubuahin. We should allow Edubuahin to work because if we don't stop him, he will spill the beans. He can spill the wache. Edubuahin can spill the wache. The question is, whatever you use government money to do, were you given the authorization, and who gave you the authorization? Unless it's Kandapa, who gave you the authorization to pay 930,000 and whatever you gave to some people. Unless you tell us who authorized you to do that. Because if somebody authorized you, then we need to bring that person, because you are not the boss of the national security. And the budget you are using falls under national security, meaning somebody has to sign for you to use that money to pay whoever you paid. Into this thing you are talking about, you need to give that memo to your Achim police lawyer. Because Atachia knows you are going to jail for over 30 years, he is trying to muddy the system. He is trying to distract the system. You can spill the wache. The beans is not enough. Add the rice to it and spill it. Because until you spill the whole wache, still, Salah will go on. If you want to destroy Salah, spill the wache and make sure the Salah stew too, you have spilled it. Until you spill the wache and the Salah stew, and also the cow meat, until you pour it in the gutter, Salah will still happen. Because Salah first is still at the corner. Now see some of the similarities. Similarities in political connections. Both cases had political undertones. Edubuahin's memo suggested that 8.3 million Ghana was spent on an opposition party's election coalition effort, raising concerns about political interference. The NCA case also involves officials with political ties. So how different is the NCA case from this Edubuahin case? Is the same. The difference that you are trying to create is that Edubuahin is putting memo out. I don't care about memo. I care about the allegations the Attorney General at the end of the day is putting before the court. Have you answered those allegations? And you are not supposed to answer to me. Your lawyer is supposed to guide you to answer those allegations so that you don't go to jail for 25 years. NPP former Jimmy. I'm just a Ghana for you Jim such a mount to me. And what they do is they pick and choose. Where the anchor wants them. So tonight you will see Poladomoch, the drug addict. He will stand. This is red meat, but there's nothing in there because they know, say, the followers of the NPP are stupid. They know, so they can't think deep. They know, so they are shallow thinkers. They think we forget easily. So they can make everything new and then present it as if it's fresh meat. These people have no knowledge. I am showing you that abaya di bo techino sa ba na yede bebo ba sa ba Johnson hu yede ba ne bebo no NSB nipa we edubu ahen obetima ne ne ho obetima Johnson ho obetima afi aba na yede bo techino sa ba ne bebo ba so he can spill the wache. Nobody cares. What I care about is what the Attorney General is going after. The Attorney General is being paid to go after criminals, and the Attorney General is being told to go with the fact. So the fact is what we are looking at, not your memo. Your memo can defend you. I give it to your lawyer to defend you in court. The memo cannot speak for you because they want something like the court of public opinion to prejudge the case before we enter court. It's not going to work. Because when you enter court, it's about the facts and allegations and you being able to answer them. So they just want to couch some public sympathy. They want the public opinion to be in their favor. They want to make it look like Nana Dankwe Kufuor did not do anything and his boy. No, we are looking at the facts. The law is the law. Mr. S, Mr. P. Team. Thank you very much. My team just brought some new video for me to show you. Mr. S, get me the date and the year. Maybe I met your video be. And then the NPP are telling us to say, NCA for now something different. Now NSB they are sensitive. More bottom. And I'm more bottom. Would you say, Jimmy? We are going to let you understand what governance is. Now, this is the last similarity I want to show you. This is the third similarity. Similarities are the same. Oh. Now, legal proceedings and asset freezing. In the NCA case and in this NSB case, what is the similarity here? Let us see the similarities. The law is the law. Now, in both instances, authorities pursued. In both instances, authorities pursued legal action, leading to arrest and asset seizures. In the NCA case, authorities, they pursued legal action, leading to seizures. Oma ya chiwa mu NCA time na ya jiji omo nyoma ya seize on properties ya jomo passport ya hwehwe woja pade ni nyina koso and the koso a wo se de edubu ahen e was sensitive information into yenja kwase anoma ne nante technology a ene ya kirem no ya de meko akire ni akofa no kure no ni ya da ba kirem nde. Now when you move forward, this is what it says. Now in edubu ahen's properties including luxury apartments and vehicles were frozen by Yoko. Now while NCA officials face similar scrutiny, it's the same thing. Nothing has changed. The John Mahama administration are not doing anything out of the ordinary. This is something that we have witnessed before. The similarity is the same. So why can somebody tell us, say, Yenja Edubuahi because he was handling sensitive information? But those guys who were handling the NCA sensitive information, they were not humans, they were not Ghanaians, and Kwasiafo. Now see, public controversy and leaked documents. Do we see some similarities in that? Yes, let's see. It says confidential memos played a role in both cases. Edubuahin's memo from Yoko custody details how funds were allocated for security operations, while the NCA case also had leaked documents revealing financial irregularities. What is the difference here? It's the same. Enti abana jacheba for the boy NCA for no sa abana ne wasi the boy Edubuahin. It does not matter the memo. It does not matter the watch he's spelling. Abana ya the boy techino. Sa abana ne babo ba. So the argument is there. Now we see Edubuahin was not supposed to be treated like that. He held a sensitive position. It's under national security. You are my fault. Mo bodam. Edubuahin will be treated the same way because those people I do call court and they Kufuor. Some here NDC Mahama appointees. No, they are Edubuahin is not better than them. In fact, those guys are more intelligent than this criminal Edubuahin. Continental News File, May 6th, 2020. He was telling Ghanaians, say, oh, as something about our NCA case, you know, it is more of a political we end this before a political issue. And you're political. He said we should separate politics from crime. Sometimes na NCA form under John Mahama 2016 power 2017, they were prosecuting them. After the market sat on news file, said no. We should separate politics from crime. Today they are telling us that Edubuahin occupied a sensitive position and that this is a witch hunt and that the Attorney General does not know his job. The Attorney General is just attacking the guy. Oh, the way they think. The sense of entitlement. The sense of entitlement. Say, nobody should talk about them. But when it is the other side, they have the right, the moral right to speak on it. These are the things I tell you about. These are people you cannot trust as a political party. This same Kasongo 99, aka Afenyomakin, if you sit him down and ask him about Edian and about Edubuahin Asemna, he's going to tell you, you know something, John Mahama, he wants third term. That is why he's doing this. Wait, Jimmy, because he knows the followers of the party, majority of them are ignorant. He knows majority of the people who are following the party, they can't read. Go school normal. 80% of NPP for they don't go to school. They cannot read and write. And it's in there, Omotiwaka say, I NDC abang, I can for an asa santo for your form of go school. Majority of Muamudi NPP, Chimunko school. It's a position medawa, Mutu for certification and pribi. Muti radio sina motu ayampia. O certificate wing. Ya was santifo me santifo benye juma wa NDC abamu. Aden ubusomo because of more certification. The regional minister about the demo and positions of Santimemuno. It is because they went to school, they have certification to prove that they deserve to work. That is why they are working in this government. Now unko school, unko tia de unyansa yentam certificate ejumamao kwasiaoya santinintra. Anaoya kanintra. It does not work like that. You need to prove yourself. You need to come with something in your hand. Don't tell me because we are Santini and now you are Fantini and now you are Huneninti or such a mo juma. Sa Hunenina ko school. Na o nimdia obetundi juma. I would prefer that Krobonini to take the position than a Santini and Adrian and say on the Osokoton force. You need to educate your people. They need to go to school. They need to have the certification. They need to be competitive. That is the only way. Now MPP because ankasaba power no. Asante for sign your mom mojuma MPP ba power. Mo party MPP ba power no. Asante for sign and nya dominate MPP abaimu. Edi ankwasi akasa no. And it brings me into this issue of entitlement. Of this stupid, vague, baseless argument to say I can for titira Asante for in that position. Where Santinia ko school. Uko school na ko certification bi another be gina ahunani nanim na waka chance also ko school intimo ko prayer also fa wo de tum na wo tifie next of king yan fra dem position adentira me Asantini adentira me Yokowuni adentira me Yamfantini enye saa na ye de pre aban adwuma ye de certification ye pre adwuma and it's the majority of you people we are encouraging you some support Mahama's free SHS na mo money ko school na enye ni nyina ne kajetia. And then you say, yeah, sometimes you need to learn, you need to have certification, you need to be somebody with something in your hand. You cannot sit there and just say, Mahama buying, I want to phone because I want to phone to school. Siremu phone go school. Krobo phone omo mechanical school. Now unko phone unko phone go school. And then I also busa say, me unko phone omo go school. Yeah, unko school. Now unko school person be ejuma. I didn't have ejuma na ma o certification way the NHS work school o sa nimdia betuma say ejuma no. So this is not about tribe, it's about qualification, it's about how depth you are in the position you want to take. Nobody's entitled to position in Ghana. If 90% of in Siremu so my school or certification no more qualified that say me I will support John Mahama to give 99% of the position to Ntafwa. I will let him do it because they are qualified. So the other say over Tom Force, that's why you are qualified. Na nkanya sama e dey obi say odike. Ontumi nchiro di kwasi ampa yisa no etumi be gina monim ka say me bete party. Shoe kura wentuma hwe so. Shoe business. Odike jimi wentuma hwe shoe business so. Odike be so be the president because na adwene say me de me gina ha me tompo boantim amanfo dwen sama bobra eni bi na da Kennedy Japan trim san kwasi asem ni bi na da Kennedy Japan trim Into kwase bia sorry a Kennedy abobra na hwan na sorry ya wo no na wadi banchia ba beduru nde ana ori nso no beduru ha obia ko school obia abobra. It is about bring your qualification. Kennedy cannot join two sentences. Ujina kayem say Kennedy is smart. Na we bi adwuma onkwa na we bi adwuma wiase adwuma wo bi e no nya so mfa so enya wo no wabusuafo owo ma bebrebe enya brochira no kogu ye wan eti Ghana wo ye adwuma bo Ghana ban kwase akeka be no. And I don't give any room to anybody. But everybody knows Baumia is a liar. He's a liar. Mentally, he's not stable. And you people should come with some arguments. Go to school. Send your girl child to school. Send your boy child to school. Bana maninko school. Messiah, get me the video. Mon from maninko school. No mun suya Ashanti regional minister, a doctor. Wako school is suya ena Mahama hwem so we asantini a wo sua de onwuma onkrata ne gikoye adwuma enya wo de obema mo mana ko school no. Send your girl child to school. Mama fani ko siku. Papa fa wo mani ko school na munja nkwase yie no. Ena wo fa be wuma ma be di ade ena omudi nkwase asem ubu ofu aden a yenya position. Yes position enchiwe. Position enya nchiwe o. Position eye nwoma nim ena ye de ma. It is our sense of entitlement, no. Next of kin for Obia me wuma munye busia enye japade bia. Munko school. Na mo asom ko premo de. Ene de mewu. Atani ene aduabo. Ai ba me ka kire mo. Ai otufo se tutu. School okọ yentina time akonwa beda ho ne e presa omra fie. Unu adekro. Adekodi enti otufo se tutu bedi akonwa ne se sebio nana manese sumina so. Na enyo no nko ananim ade wo ne busia mu. Na nyon kwa na ho ofel no busuam o ebusuafo tenase no omo ye permutations absemesi obetime di akonwa yi otumfo osetitu ono so obetime di akonwa yi o esi asemesi no otumfo osetitu osetitu akọ school pa o wakosua broni nyansa ninim de osetitu aye kokudua intebusuafo tenase no omo we obia because obia ye de hye se we ye de hye keke na obedi hine de asanka obia to be de hine obia to be edi asante hene omo tena ase no omo bo nipa be mienu ana miensa din ana afi omo do omo to de insane ni they scaled them. They want to know say omo ofie nyansa omo odien eye tradition nyansa omo custom nyansa and omo sa wodie nimdie a omo nya aka nyansa no ho enti otumfo was ahead. With all due respect to omo a yan form no still a little politics winning time, but the reason why here Asante for you proud of Otumfo to say so Otumfo je mic na or cabro for wesere 90% of Asante for ntiase ba ye omo de Otumfo kono hye suit and say suit bi na bele tuato no an sa suit bi na bele tuato na owo ingresi na o cabro for na Asante for ni age I no mu refi say Otumfo ko school and intende Otumfo or ye nyama bi a sebi o si or hini we ne ebie. It is because of the school na or the car nye fie nyansa no ho no o to odi nkwase asem wo ba nko school wa nko school. Oh, person, come to me, man. Yan tam position, man. Never blow Ghana up. Oh, butt down. Take your girl child to school. Take your girl child to school. Mama, maninko siku. Messiah, where's the video? We got. Don't say NDC Kevin Taylor on bow. Messiah, get me that video. Papa, maninko siku. Testa maninko siku. Take your girl child to school. Now, before I leave this matter, into me catch NPP 4. This conversation should end. Edubwai, we need to try him as a criminal. This is not politics. Aba edibo techino. Yedesa abana bebo ban. Now these are the questions you need to be asking Edubwai. Why is he not spending time to have answers to these questions? And Edudi Tamaklo, the boss of NPA, actually put these statements out there. And I really think say these are questions what's say Edubwai? He needs to concentrate with his lawyer and say, how are we going to give answers? Because the Attorney General, so when investigations, the factor, he will not pose these questions to you. Thank you very much for putting this out. And MPP for this is where your worry should be, not a memo. If you have a memo, keep it in the ass of your lawyer and bring it to court to make your case. But I Kwame Atana on what on the memo no because the memo at the end of the day, can it exonerate you? That is the question. Now, the simple question, Mr. Edubwai. The simple question for Mr. Edubwai. Edudi Tamaklo, your MPA boss. or say or was some simple questions via Odema Edubuahin. Why is Edubuahin not having a press conference and releasing a memo on that on these questions? Now the first question here. Did you move the funds directly into your private company account? This is a question, a simple question. Edubuahin, Attorney General, Edu Court, and these are the things we know. Edu Ditama Klobusa will say, these are the things you have to be worried about, not a memo. What is a memo? Can a memo exonerate you? If it can, give it to your lawyer, not me, Eko. Not Yemamen or Tom Banchino. It is your lawyer who is supposed to make something out of your memo. It is not the public sympathy you people are trying to couch. Now, the second question is simple. Was the money public funds? Edu Ditamoklo is asking. Edubuahin, release a whole memo on this. 1. Did you move the fund directly into your private company account? 2. Was the money public funds? 3. Are you a signatory to this private company's account? 4. Did you authorize the movement of funds to this private company? 5. Were the withdrawals from this private company's accounts? 6. Were these withdrawals contemporaneous with the receipt of the funds from the state agency? 6. Anything else is diversions. For money laundering, the burden is on you to show the source of funds for the acquisition of the houses. The new Anti-Money Laundering Act was passed in 2020. This is what Atachia is supposed to be talking to you about. Edubuahin. Oyire, only David Mensah Neda. And look, young ba wasem. Uber spill beans. You never spill wache. These are the questions. So lawyer ni mnyansa. Or because Edubuahin, forget about memo. Memo ni there. It should be our weapon to use in court. Let us keep this memo and answer these very important questions. Next of came for motivate I say questions. The answer is simple. Mo feel very entitled in the NPP. Jane say, mo NPP the mo bibia yemenka and amanfobi and as see there John Mahama there NDC no Northerners and Voltarians. Hey, go school. Uko school obetia the Corinthia o2472 oduabroche o Jamaica na yemu nhihye no. Uko school obetia se there the Corinthia de bi o24 kabrofo no wani age. Adenti o24 kabrofo no wani age. Or cover for which fair na or the school or choir. What a banch as be quiet, won't go school, whoop a position. Him. Take your girl child to school. Mama, Maniko Siku, Papa, Fanny. Hey, those times 1999, I said we hold the course about from. Hey, okay, that is champomo. And say, I want to channel so about for not to channel so. Hey, send your girl child to school. Send your girl child to school. Papa Maninko Siku. I channel so never for the I piece at all boom for Amuko school. Uko school benya position. And yes, I want to autumn madros now the position. Dabi into a group pempenso be or say a kind of crutcher home. Send your girl child to school, but don't turn out to be like Tokonu. When you go to school, make sure you are legitimate. You do the right thing. Do not turn out to be a Tokonu. Uko school am winning naho. Kanokre, dinukre, respect who is a Ghanaian and identify a Ghanaian. Do not make it look like unya position or bana or debabe. Don't be a tokonu. Be a legitimate girl. Uko school debe ya de pa. Go to school, young girls. Asante fonkwa amunko school, but don't turn out to be tokonu. Tokonu is dangerous. Do not take tokonu. You can take tokonu once and twice. If you take tokonu 3 times a day, you will die. Tokonu is a very dangerous pill. Now, John Mahama kasa about 120 days oba office. Nyoma waye. Na time na John Mahama ekasa enrano. Majority of Ghana for titu PZ for edum for na omontiasie. If we say na bi mu fili say na ebrofo nko a. Mijuma dia media manko for dome abosoma mo Ghana dome nyankopon dome Yesu Kristo so dome ne say matumi ho ache na midwudwam ama Ghana for. Enyumbre dia me be say Brofo John Mahama kan nyina PZ for by popular request no mi bedwudwam ama ye nyina ya te ase de ekọ Ghana ni koyie nyoma sisi ne na so na say ebenya abrante te semi a benya time a sebio menye koteketwa a metuma gina ha adwudwam ma obi atene ho ase eni tena metena TV so che se na bia me ma menom ye nananom ye nuanom obi abeti bibia ase sebio mitiri won tutu ye na sebio minko jail because bomfa koteketwa be ko jail ende ontumi nda ne so ate why tan Benia give rough or no pressure or so. Now let me show you. Don't be a tokonu. When you take tokonu once, it's fine. When you take tokonu twice, when you take tokonu 3 times, you might die. Tokonu is harmful. Be warned. Tokonu is dangerous. All right. Now, Mama Yanko tie the John Dramani Mahama aka. Respect. My man calls him tokonu a drobia ewo a Sweden. Almost out tombi ewo a Lessenstein. Inti meka tokonu a do not say be a minute Chief Justice Rene Kasa. Saoko it could be to say Liechtenstein as say everyone saying Pakistan. I would for Pakistan legislation kind of Pakistan. Omo eduro for the tokonu. Said no offer a slow poison a bit we kum. Now the doctor say offer 2 is okay, but offer 3 one there ubewu. Enti okwa match go don't take tokonu twice. It will call a Pakistan a pharmacy biani at don't take tea 3 times. Don't take tea. Tea no a horobajin say be a standing for tokonu. Enti almost tokonu it is a biko. A drobia and you know a ya sebio old no man nom tem it is a day a better da. Enti yakata don't take tokonu oko Pakistan it is a red I offer to be bow ema utwashi FM. Enti don't take tokonu or into brackets don't take red. A very very dangerous pill. Sa na ye no sa uba Pakistan so obi your friend don't take J and say Jane and to make say Jane mensa don't take Jane and so make sure we draw no de ye and the abortion kwa. Now mama ndwam na Ghana fo nyina ente no kure no. Sir Kevin Taylor ba na blog is a didi is your china ko hwe mbetwa peace obawu ene de o ma kakra o Kevin na busumi de denim say nye yo me kran ke betumi Kevin aba onya botro bia betua no rent. Kevin Taylor ba one day one factory me ana meye dey one technology one Kevin me ana me mam information bibia ni ho so one bo me din na so one for me caption anto a obi ahwe onya kakra ntua rent enti de bia me ka se munya botro mbom pa ya mazazi Mombompa mazazi na me ena betuma makodu ohia so ahimemu bra mo bre no majority of Europeans omamugu omo ye bloggers nya me na hwe omo because enya me a they will not survive and debia one district one blogger one technology one blogger me a Kevin Taylor yesu internet Jesus na no ase kire no de meka na ne no mbetwa omo twa ne no mdididi ene no mdu ti omo rent enti wo Kevin Taylor simple san me wiase asase wesu Yesu Kristo me na me prapra ko manso nyankopon ba nankasa aba enti don't underestimate me like that. I've created jobs for the Kufuor and Baumia. I've made sure people their lives they did not live on the streets in Europe, Germany, over UK, over Switzerland, Belgium. Omo nyam go bebre ponche me na me sure mo enti ayana me underestimate the impact I have on bloggers. With that boy we dey posting be now posting be so go over posti me you will post I Kofi Abrant here you will post I all right now John Mahama kan nyina brofo enti oh yeah wrong message yeah Mr. P it wasn't for you all right wrong message Mr. P enti the issue is Momayan bought John Mahama and some kind with the office 120 days ordinary assembly. The most interesting thing about the John Mahama can say in some of John Mahama can end about 120 days there why you know nobody in Ghana was able to come out to say John Mahama boa with facts. Nobody could do that, and that shows a banya and our president or kanukre udino kre on the NPP for kasa bebre you could not hear say almost the one document we have said John Mahama state fact way or state statement way sade way or boa the omo ye nyina say bosiremika we yantiase ene de enko bebia say John Mahama ka asem bi na asem na John Mahama kan no wo engineer so e kire say oboa no akofa aba engineer so ni ho eni ntina de bia ma ka che Ghana for say e keep NDC for 42 years our destiny will be intact. President 120 days yakikamu a eye bosome 9 na mbra kire ana say efe say president ebe ba ka che Ghana for bosome 9 dwuma a wedi ene de ekoso ene de sebio oman no yenya ho mfaso ene de da yenim John Dramani Mahama oye president of Ghana endra odi etu Ghana for nyina enim insani bia okan e bi nie o se we di 4 months wa ban mu we ni nyoma bi a omaya sebio Ghana for ni tua sebio ye nyina ye boa ma ye hyemu kena ebema Ghana anya ne ntoma pa efra ama ye gina ye na so one o se o shebo e opposition say COVID-19 sika enkofo di especially a former health minister Ajimamenu okot sign a contract be friend the Sputnik vaccine Sputnik vaccine bi na ɔne company bi ɛkɔ sign contract sika twintwire bet over $13 million ɔmofa diye no. John Dramani Mahama shebo opposition say be investigations into that matter or say on the health minister nakasa and attorney general investigations no be and there ya tutu ni pebia no enche yede omo ebeko court ebo a ohye Ghana for no John Mahama we di sa ebo no so osaka bibi fa banks a yegugu no Ghana also ohye Ghana for bo say obedi president obe make sure be investigations and our police for be hwehwem na nipa bi ya frɛ omo atoto omo no na ehu omo mu di Ghana bone eba banks a se bi ekufo ado be di aban mu one ofori atam ehye da etutu mu ema nipa bi wuye omodwuma seye a sike bi koke ma yentua John Mahama any Ghana focus also we di de oban we so bosome enan na de obetuma ka che Ghana fo a osimu pi ene say wama IGP attorney general omu nyina eba banks a ye close ye na ye bie investigations a ende ye no ka say na na danko ekufu the NPP fo no omo sa aban mu a omu di ntintiman emiegu banks no ye toto omu nyina no omo ebeko adwe mu no ye beche omo de omo akogina court na asotwe bia wo bia no ye de amomo John Mahama kasa no o say oba energy Sebio or say the energy minister no omo ebie investigations and the PDS sebio midi mutintimai manyonko a friend Larry Dogbe or Tro Herald newspaper yedi mutintimai ka etibo ma sebio yedi no kure no ebre mu a me ball gabi tape na omo check Ghana electricity sika Nana Danko Kufuado Bawumia Oforiata ene bamtimo eka mutribo ma omo bu Ghana sika over $500 million no John Mahama say ohye Ghana for bo say PDS no obema ye be investigations na omo a omo beka adwemu no ana omo a ahoma no be so omo nan no yane omo akogina court atwe omo so o say eno so no investigations no omo bia dwumadie no ekoso a ye toto nkofo bi ano ewo edien aban mu a enche ye de omo nyina di betudwa na attorney general no de wo so ye no waye de omo akogina court now o say ohye Ghana for bo say to ababa na within 90 days to 120 days no obey national cathedral no ho adwuma o say impense mu ni hwehwemu no ekoso and yatoto nipa bebre no ye bie investigations ewo omo di enim ema Ghana especially sika $58 million pay sa sika na share omo betu amena no o say company be afraid Deloitte omo na ye de dwumadie ni hwehwemu no amomo John Mahama say bosimu enko awie no na omo di dwumadie omo di eni nyina abekire no hwehwemu omo ye omo mu wie sika omo de kasokbo omo ko a omo fa kotikwan so wie te say de kusibu aten ene omo anomo da board ne so nyina no yes investigations no Deloitte for hwehwem enti John Mahama akache Ghana for say eno so investigations ni ebie ema sebio by the end of the month no company a omo yes adwuma no hwehwemu no the from Deloitte omo ene de de no omo na omo de nsam ne beba na egina so ebu nkofo bi aten ho court now omo say na nsen John Mahama ka kire Ghana for ye bibia for the 13th African Games and kabema athletics any ade ye na nsen enche ye no won kran emu ne behu say ofori bedi etuo yire enya $50 million to pay to serve food for 15 days or say 20 days amodema no 4 months no eno so omo bi investigations met me crack can esipsupi say the former sports minister no NIB office wakobe 15 times wakoko bonkofo din ehye no ho onka bibia I can say on authority said the former sports minister he has been invited no less than 13 times NIB office or leaky information oba parliament no wa edin obetena TV so no edin oka nokura ewo nyina because one can obeko jail nti eno so John Mahama ka kire Ghana for say 13th African Games no so eno so investigations no omo bia impense mu koso hwehwemu koso a enche attorney general enso edina no aseba beto omo a ewo so mko gina court na yebu omo for eno so ewo sansem ni mu osaka bibi kan national service scandal a ghost names Anana B oni gifty achichide oba sabema no omoso ebu Ghana for afaso no John Dramani Mahama say eno so no attorney general edin kan ka kire say enche omo de allegations a omo nyafa omo di mutintiman ebu Ghana sika ewiaye national service sika sem no John Mahama say 120 days no obetumi esiribo aka kire Ghana for say sa adwuma de ne koso nhwehwemu ne koso attorney general be na wotwe ba ko adi enim no o de ehon sem beba ema omo fa kotikwan so edi Ghana sika no omo nso yebedi omkwa ko gina court na yatwe omo nso aso John Mahama kan brofo no okan bibi efa bibi efa no oral ene de ono so ka say enye se ebia omo abandadere mu omo bo kro no nko na NDC aban ehwehwe omo nsemu o se okan simu pi 4 months I'm share and say ana 120 days almost one abemu a sebio oma just obokro no wama attorney general instructions say oma ne nkom ho say obi ebokro no e wa ban we mu a wama attorney general no blessing or say obi a obeche no investigations beche no CID beche no e wo say ye de no kogina court say senia yebu eye Ekufuado ene ne nkwara no efo no e wo so omoso no mbra no ene omudi 20 days e wodi no office 4 months no say na aban ahyemra say aban mu nipa sebio omo ye adwuma ma aban sebio omo hu nipa omo ban omo te se omo ma omo yerenom sebio nipa omo ka omo busua ho no obia ne ho kwan se obeto aban agapade including ono ankasa ono ontumi to aban agapade ne ma entumi to aban agapade ne yere entumi to aban agapade enti o say eye 4 months wa shembra code of conduct no ewom appointee bia ni wo owo NDC abema o hye ono John Mahama sia o say or saa 2 minutes obeto de aban ejapade no political appointee past or present obia ni saa kwan ne se obetumi ato ye ne Ghana ye japade bia enti ose saa mra no so wahye a mra no agina ho kenten a ebo Ghana ejapade ho ban adekudie nje so ye saa de ne se on person nipa bi benya tumi na omudi omutumi no etietie Ghana for fa ahodie so ewia Ghana ejapade ade ababe omudie na omufri politics mu a omuni omobusuafo kwa ankodi nti o say wa set emrana to 4 months edition and say ehun akuntabuo no obu akyerem no o say aban hu nipa bi ani ho no political appointee obia ni hu tumi say oto eyedien aban ejapade sebio ono ankasa de ba entumi nto ne yere entumi nto ne ba girlfriend entumi nto ne ba yere entumi nto saa na appointee bia so ehu nipa ne yere ne ba yere ne ba nua ne obia entumi nto eyedien eye aban ejapade eye emra wa hya sebio o se Ghana fo nyina yedi so we eka eye 120 days djuma we di a ene eye ban a wabo Ghana ejapade ho ban John Mahama ekasafa eye galamsey ho John Mahama eye president ekasa no oka bibi fa eye illegal mining ene ye kwaya sebio nipa bi afakuti kwan so etu ye nsase etu ye nsuo etu ye nua etugu o say 120 days amba no o hyemra bi opposition samra no ende omo edi hu dwuma a sene be ya nipa bi ya entumi enkoye mining ewo ye kwaya kasiem ono ye kasei o say osisupi se ene ye kasei ye kwaya be ye enkono a na galamsey chema untumi ketijemfu a Samuel Wuku eye kojo ponkroma ene eye gabi ochidakomo eye galamsey didididi wo mu no emu enkono no omotumi yimu enso a omako age through the minister ohwe nsase ene egudie hu nsam so no o say ende just 4 months no eye kwaye be ye enkono ana chema untumi gum ene NPP fo gum ketijemfu amo eye galamsey etu ye nsase ese ye kwaye no within 4 months amode man of 120 days no omotuma jim emu nko anson aka mienu a omudi hu dwuma so bobeje na sebio eye emra eye LI 2462 eye emra ohyebo e opposition say obe make sure samra no ya sakrem ema nipa bi entumi enko eye de ye kwayem enkotu egudie o se samra no sebio eye parliament esa eba samra no ye begina so ahye ema na ye eye de tentan se ne be ya ono president kura no ontumi nkan kire obi ase obetumi de tumi ama obi se onko kwayem enkotu egudie or say illegal or even normal miners no sa emra no ebehye obi ase obi entumi fa excavator enfa machine enkosi kwayem se okwakoye galamsey in the samra no yemra in 120 days amodema no omo hyehye wi a parliament betenasia omo be sakra de ensam nim ana samra nim ama sebio abebo Ghana eye den eye ye kwaye ye nsuo eni sebio ye kwaye brebre nu nkasa mu na ya chichire ye man ye into 120 days in 4 months of the man no jumadi a wedi a sebio ebo a ohye opposition no sa jumadi we nyina no ebo a ohye we nyina no wedi so a oka mu nsem a kire pa bibi fa 24-hour economy policy na oka ho asem in opposition no o say ono mo ka say ndey ye nyina ni tua ena sebio eye enkrata ene sebio evidence wo ho eye 24-hour economy policy no sebio enkrata sebio ebe managina na so a enya eye de nsan nyina so na ebetuma ye adwuma no ende John Mahama sa eye nipakuo no yaka mo nyina tia bom a omatenase a omo ka sa krata na bom na no krampo no o se eno krampo na omo ye no also make sure say eye Ghana emra ebo adwuma ho ban eye labor laws no was a 24-hour economy policy of the bano. Was a SAR policy no. It to me fall inside the labor laws. Into want to mean 24-hour economy. Now I implement it. Abra ɛyɛ mmara ɛbɔ Ghana dwumafoɔ ho ban no on consider saa mmara no if you say mmara no ɛwɔ sɛ ɛno so ɛte policy na se nti ɔsɛ yɛn Ghanafoɔ ɔno mo ka sɛ yate ɛyɛ dipaku a ɔmo hwɛ saa deɛ no amake sure sɛ 24-hour economy no animanim ana start a obi nka sɛ yɛtietie ne fa ahodie so na adwuma a ɔyɛ no ebi a wɔyɛ adwuma aboro time so anaasɛ nnwoma bi a wɔso wɔnya no wɔnya nti ɛno so policy document no ɛyɛ adeɛ bi a aban wei ɔmbɛtena so 120 days no ɔmo di ho dwuma a ɛnkyɛ bia no ɔmo de bɛba abɔntene na 24-hour economy na start ɛndɛ ɔmo 24-hour secretariat ɛno so ɛwɔ hɔ a ɔmo de tututu nnwoma ɛkeka nnwoma esi ani a kyɛ sɛ ɔmo pia abɔntene na sɛ ɔmo ti ahome mu a na sɛ 24-hour economy no ɛnoa na ɛkɔ na ɛgyina ne nan so now ɔkan bibi ɛfa ɛyɛ 24-hour passport service and the oko ɛyɛ passport officer ɔmo nda anadwumi no ka sɛ gidi ɔmo bu adwuma chip embedded passport ɔmo yɛ adwuma me no ka sɛ 24-hour economy policy no ebi kura pa start bu adwuma oko passport officer ɔmo print passport yɛ print ane sɛ yɛ print yɛka kyerɛ pastors na ɔmo de anointing oil gu passport no so sɛ passport we deɛ ɛyɛ soronko o de anointing oil gu so ɛbɛsɛe nti okuja to abla kwaso ne nkɔfo gyina hɔ a enwumbre mi no ka sɛ mfifire ɛti ɔmo a ɔmo yɛ passport upon passport obɛkɔ ɔmo twɛ gu bottom and the passport yi we are unko passport office nkɔgye 24-hour economy no aban wei ama ɛyɛ courier services ɛyɛ companies a ɔmo tumi deliver passport ɔmo na ɔmo bɛbrɛ wɔ fie wɔ address ɛna ɔmo de ba bɛhyɛ wɔn nsam John Mahama sɛ within 4 months saa deɛ wei nyina ɔmo ayɛ Osaka bibi fa DVLA ɛyɛ ɔmo a ɔmo hwɛ car license so ɛne car ɛne insurance so sɛ bi wo bɛ insure car ɛne car pomuden ne ade ne nyina no ɔmo sɛ ɛndɛ me no ka sɛ DVLA for so run ɛyɛ 24-hour ɛyɛ deɛ services a yɛyɛ backlog time na NDC mba power no wobɛkɔ ɛyɛ DVLA na ɛyɛ documents a wɔsɛ amanfoɔ license ɔmo car ɔmo nya ɔmo roadworthy ne nyinaa park gu a na ɔmo di ho dwuma almost started 24-hour services here at DVLA. Courtesy the young man, a friend of Julius, no, and Obeko, Oma clear table Nusuna, a month for you come document because Omu Bujuman or pay Yumbre, Emma almost the same. Inti Omocranos so I started DVLA 24-hour economy services, no, and also air Kosovo. John Dramani Mahama Eka before YE, and because of 24-hour economy, no, Omoni companies air Belenki up. Now in Bebuna, Omusha YE Aseno, Omodioma private companies, and Abayim Jumakua, Ombetimi as support omo services no inti why for no so e de eye inkrata ACC ni omo ne eye banks a sika kra wo munsem ene ankrankra dwumakuo bi a omo de sika ba be so masene ma eye mbebunu a eye Ghana ban pese omo de omo ma companies na sa companies no e form in the name of 24-hour economy na yetu omo ka no ni nyina no John Mahama say within eye 120 days omo ye ni nyina inti we Ghana ni na wo hwe na o so tia say o ka say Ghana Police Service, almost air run 24-hour police unit, and the Oko Ghana Police Service, almost air to Tunyama Police Service, no, almost running 24 hours, and the Obeko air police station be near to Tum, and the Bibia Aye Druno, Ghana Parliament, President John Mahama say, and the Okobusa IGP na, almost the police no air Juma 24-hour police no air Koso police units, almost Babette Juma throughout the night, no. John Mahama said 4 months pet Juma wedini, and then Menoka said. Obiamba bontin beka say saa nyoma John Mahama kenyina enkoso eno kire say president no oka no kre na chebo opposition say taxes bia na do dan kwekufo ne ba omi akere de Japan mo e de agumu so na mo bre no ohebo opposition say saa taxes nyina obetwam and in 120 days 4 months pepepe March yara John Mahama eje pen ena otwa saa taxes ni nyina mu and the menoka say eye e-levy yetwam eye bibi say emission eye smoke anase ewusie tax John Mahama etwam bibi say betting tax John Mahama etwam oshebo efa eye covid tax no eno no o say eno NPP aban e hyere ko kan IMF eye deal anase agreement eni omokoye ndo se na aban no ene IMF watenase se eno no se bi ompeso omotenase na omotumi yifri eye saa agreement nim na ebede ne ho se na be ya aban betumi twam nti ehon so omudi hu nkomo a by the end of this month next month no ombe yi saa eye covid eye levy no every saa agreement a IMF for Ekufuado ediko share sa agreement nti eno abegina eno ankasa na nanso a na omotuma eden omotuma twanu nti nyoma 4 a sebio okache Ghana for say se eto abama na within 90 days obey no 120 days no ayama na abroso we twa 3 mu akabako na baako nso wahye ebo se omudi hu nkomo se eno so obeye firi ho John Dramani Mahama as we speak no ebo a wahye Ghana no ayama na abroso 90 days no yes abodi nyina 120 days de aka nyina ya mbroso oye de aka no we ene nyoma na oka no brofuma nipa bebre ente ya ende besinde obi antumi ba abonten be kan kire Ghana for say John Mahama de oka so be no anye saa nsem wo nyina ye nitua ekoso ɛno nti na MPP fo nya bibia nka ɔmo ka sɛ an John Mahama de ɔnka bibia enso John Mahama ni nyina waka no obi antumi begina bibia nka sɛ John Mahama asɛm a ɔkan enim IGP ne instructions sɛ saa nyoma no saa ɛyɛ crimes no ombie investigations because Danado Danko Kufuado MPP for committed crimes we nyina ɛna ɔmo kata so John Mahama sɛ 120 days yɛ ɔbaa wa hyɛ IGP no ɛma nsɛm bebree kɔ so a ɛndɛ ɛma Ghana for edi yaw ɛwɔ mu ye kubi ye say bi bra ye say bi life ebi mu di dem no John Mahama say bebre no wama IGP no ebi investigations ebi wo krampo na investigation na ayesa ada enso wama IGP asore no e ma ni nyina no ye hwehwem Ahmed Swale eye nipa omukun Ahmed Swale no and dem no ka say John Mahama be di president ya in less than 90 days yetumi achi nipa ba ko na oka omomudi ewuo no ho ma ende ba ko gina court ama mfihwemu ekoso ema court enso edi asem no election killings ayawa so eye techiman a ye bo nipa tuo nipa bi omuwu ye no John Dramani Mahama eba power endi 4 months wamaye be investigations into eye techiman South election killings 2020 and 2024 killings no wamaye be investigations and the IGP edi hudwuma ododio nipa miense bi a sebio omo eye ebo dwuma edi dwuma omo ku nipa bi no and wama IGP no asa bi asem na sa nipa no and yachi omo a yedi omasem Ablekuma Central so ewudi ekọ so during elections nipa bi efa ho ebo nipa bi apo ebo nipa bi tuo no eno so John Mahama say why instruct IGP ye be investigations wo ho Doma West so eno so omo a omo di dwuma no investigations kọ so ema omo a sebio police hwe omo ho aka e de nwura ende police for eda ho etata omo a omo pe omo achi omo ede omo begina asem dibia eya Savlugu West no so eya asembia eno so yeku nipa bi wo ha John Mahama say Ghana Police Service CID ene IGP no ebie mu biem ende eye omo di sabone no sebio omo ni ehun sansem na witnesses no ebi mu pese sebio omo beba enim no police for ni omo di nkomo e wokukuom se na be ombenya kukuduro abebo ama hwehwemu akoso ma omo di sa adwuma no eye aban no aso mumu na ayawa so West Wagona eye Brian Champon oni double any azugumo enyina ka obutiri bo mu any other MPP eye killers ekobo nipa tuo ese nipa bi nan etata nipa ebo MPs asum no John Mahama say ende wa hye IGP no any CID officer say omumbia investigations no into on yeka say in less than 120 days no sa adwuma de we nyina ekoso enche ni nyina ye de nipa ba begina eye de eye court emo ebua omofo ewo sansem we hu John Dramani Mahama in some kind bebre na so ye gare ni na wo hwe me anadwo obusam say inti ade a wo ya John Mahama ye we nyina less than 120 days which is 4 months inti John Mahama ebedi president for 4 years John Mahama edwuma obedi na o say nyina eboa no because in the history of the Republic of Ghana yehu president wabedi Ghana so a sebio in less than 4 months wetumi ameki sure sa nyoma we nyina ebo edwuma a ye nyina ye ditua sebio yehu se ama Ghana no efa ne ntoma pa efra insem bebre a John Mahama kan a ende nwumre se meka se mekoso a ende yenda ochina ye de aka ba beso so but wohwe asem nyina na mebɔ ne tofa John Mahama ebo a ohye Ghana for a oka so obedi so no 90% of sa ebo no me no ka say in less than 4 months we di sa ebo no so we NHS say abai we they are ready and willing to serve the people. They are ready to make sure accountability takes lead in the governance style of John Mahama, and they will make sure people who committed crimes and it's a brand champion moi omudi ewudifu eni mambobo tuo no sankofo a year commission HRS say o se atwoma so no investigations no at the end of the day omobeye masankofo nyina atwoma so John Mahama kasa e be sin de obi antumi ba ka say de work no e yatro that means say president we president wa na adwene say ode no kure e be kire Ghana ye nyina so ye behia say ode no kure e be taa de chi na sebio dwumadia odi no ye beboa ama eye Ghana no abegina eye ne nan so ana ye nyina ye pe MPP be say Ghana pa nanso hope yenya hope yehu free John Mahama ho nyoma ekoso ene nchechiri ma ode maye no ama mbebunu ne Ghana for impenifo ne nkwara nyina enya gidie ewo oman we mu asenya gidie wo NDC mu enya gidie se o se NDC tena so che for the next 42 years sene be ya sa nyoma we nyina ye betumi ni apepa oman nim ama oman no abe krojima sebio nyoma akosu ye ama mpuntio afa ne pap ntoma pa efra nti these are some of the things John Mahama ene ekasa ye no oka ho asem now there are a few stories bi a me pese me ka ho asem ansana sebio enyumbre dwumadie no ye wie it's got to do with nyoma bi a ekoso in fact MPP for astarte edi nyoma bi eto Ghana for trim na nyoma nom de to Ghana for trim na o se hwe ni yi pa from the day I yakoto aba John Mahama ebedi president, I am yet to see a video or a video and I say a voice NDC nibi or wabem onia bem atna TV so and radio so I can openly say John Mahama episode ko tetem. Now NPP for the BB to Ghana for team. Now adia NPP for you know. Now ya adwene mba ho. I think say because NPP for ehu say Jumadia NDC AD no kura omo ka kire Ghana for senia omo di mraso omo the constitution eye adwuma e make sure say Ghana atam ne ntoma pa efra ama sebio impuntu akoso no ama NPP for enya sebio eye ehu bi abeto omo soma and the aseme doma no every time omo benya opportunity to speak biano from their chairman to the last person in the NPP no aseme from no na omo to Ghana for team say John Mahama person okote term. Now since John Mahama be the president for the past 4 months, you won't say John Mahama out of the constitution to do anything against your constitution. You won't say John Mahama aya adiebia sebio omo di e man bi so aye from autocrats sebio wama obi achi obi so tuo we use the constitution no we ndi so e dia aye nyoma bi a eni se ode ye ever seen there NPP as a political party from their chairman to the last person obia entumi ngina baby anka say John Mahama aya adie we a e kire say eye John Mahama sebio opese term edi. Now I say as time goes on no eye the NPP no they are putting something in the heads of Ghanaians say John Mahama person odi third term and it is beginning to look like say they the NPP no they believe say ejuma John Mahama no Ghanaians at a point we will all come together and say I was say John Mahama third term because maintain say John Mahama ejina baby ana NDC for ejina baby aka say ye person John Mahama third term the only people are omuka sa de to Ghana for team Emma Ghana for busa say edie no mu gina so kasa asem no nyina ne say omo wu say NPP for mu say juma NDC AD eye ejuma pa John Mahama ebo no ebe ye din say pempensuo bi beba sebio Ghana for beka say John Mahama enkotena se NPP for mu say senior John Mahama ebu man no say oman start anke kan semi a impempensuo bedu a Ghana for beto mu agu krom aye o ye kire aka say ye pese John Mahama toa so. And every single minute bia NPP benya opportunity to speak to Ghana for about why I enter Abamono. They have started putting something in the heads of Ghanaians. And to be very fair with you, it is looking like NPP for Emma Ghana for believe we say Ejuma John Mahama he might deserve a third term because yetiano na yenkada NDC for ponkada obianko for maeda. But I think says be NPP for here Ejuma John Mahama omunim say mbre bi beba Ghana for including NPP ni NDC any Ghana for more Ghana nyina ebeja tum say John Mahama quarter term. Now asem nyina ne say John Mahama meni etie Ghana odi esui say NDC for enka say John Mahama be quarter term a adenti na NPP aye so glued to that issue say omukba abontiri de bia John Mahama be quarter term because me no work say until the law is tested, you wouldn't know what is actually in the law. Near to Kromaha, near him say Ghana ni bia a Ghana ni until Madam Tokonu any Ekufu the Supreme Court and Bekachre say a passport any an idea about to me actually say we are Ghana ni birth certificate and to me improve so we are Ghana ni until obi call court and maybe who say sana ukuta birth certificate cry and chese we are Ghana ni sana ukuta passport and chese we are Ghana ni. It is beginning to look like the NPP wants Ghanaians to test the system, test the court, because in Rebia ni Ghana, a chese obi to me court and kobuse mu say John Mahama di president oluzi okofie na wasabe di president no sebio enye consecutive no John Mahama or who kwan biem say also di president. Every Ghanaian has the right to go to court for interpretation. The same way Ghana for be echo court for interpretation when it comes to yani as citizens of Ghana because na nipa ko bi na court echo Supreme Court. Remember Supreme Court they interpret the constitution, they interpret laws. Intimity ai anasa wutiwe se saade ne ye wa adwemu sakrania ubetumi asore ko Supreme Court akobusa say John Mahama the president and oluzi ye and wasaba now of your constitution ma e kire say consecutively no e also with the president 1 Now say di twaso ansa na woni ho kwan say wakodi president biom. Se say John Mahama di president and o lose and wasa bedi. Enti dia na mra ne kafa ho. Ghana ni bia with the right to ask that question in court. Ghana ni bia with the right to go to the Supreme Court to seek for interpretation because seeking of interpretation na me who say ende ukuta passport awonya Ghana ni. Or birth certificate going to be prove so Ghana. So there is no wrong in anybody going to the Supreme Court to ask for interpretation in that. And I think say na yene ya adwene ni ho as Ghanaians, but the NPP as a political party, no, they have instilled something in our heads because yen nyina ne say John Mahama obedi president 4 years no ko, but consistently for the past 4 months, no, every time an NPP benya a power bia to speak, you know, they tell us say John Mahama will cut term. Yeah, it is a John Mahama so jina baby akasa asem no. Ye hu anything that John Mahama ya actually say we book constitution so a say bi obetwe to edi Ghana so biem. It means say the NPP are seeing the good works of John Mahama and they believe say even their own supporters in the future might turn against them and say ejuma John Mahama abeye and nyoma wa ye atoto the ye no Ghana for ye pese ye nyina ye boy echidom ye tie hugu krom na ye kire na ye kire say John Mahama also toaso but eno keke ntumi ma John Mahama toaso for a second term. We will need to go to the Supreme Court to seek interpretation because time na yate Ghana ha for over 63 years no na ye nim se ukuta passport eno nkwa ntumi nkyere se we Ghana ni na ye nim se ukuta birth certificate eno nkwa ntumi nkyere se de we Ghana ni. So it means say that clause bi na a share constitution ma e kyere se consecutive also we did so first and second say bibi be sentem a ye hia se aborofo mo kyere ya se e Supreme Court na ma adwene ni ho until afenyo marking until Nana B until NPP for statistical sansem way eno na ama ma adwene aba ho a mese da bi sansem way ensem a o se edi ho nkomo if you say e die na be ma NPP sorry anopa ewia enwumbre a de bia no John Mahama person ko tetem. We need to go to court and seek interpretation. We need to go and have clarification because John Mahama kura nya na abreso a imbre bi beduru a obi so beba a ebia samra no ya nya ho adwuma a ebedane ntokwa ana ebedane abatros abetue koma ye nananom sebio omuntumi entina mbom enti saa nyoma we a MPP direct ya adwene koso no. I think say it is proper we also listen to the NPP on when and why they think say John Mahama beko term. Now I don't believe say John Mahama betumi de nepe. It is only when the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana agrees to it say John Mahama betuma ko term. Inti den o to prevent John Mahama from going for a third term MPP cano, I think we need to go to Supreme Court and seek interpretation whether John Mahama so when the president consecutively no does he have the right to go on or he does not have the right to have a second term. These are simple things and you see Debbie Ameka me say assemble da ho a asemi ni etwa ho didi asemi and kenya MPP na kofa third term asem we buy na mente say NDC ni bi raise issue say John Mahama will go for a third term. We need to go to court. We need to seek interpretation at the Supreme Court. We need to get to the bottom of it. As we speak now, no, I am happy said the NPP as a political party, no, Eddie Bibisa air to Ghana for trim because time and na Bibisa na trim until John Mahama winning power no, and MPP before I started the side and air to trim. In fact, Ghana for you busa, inti John Mahama betuma ko biem. Inti John Mahama betuma ko biem. John Mahama betuma de pa kwa na. John Mahama ultimate fan pe en san ko biem. Eye yabra eye mra ehye ebo Ghana ho bra. Eno nkwa de betuma kire se John Mahama betuma ko biem na so ultimate ko biem. Because na me no what ai na anim se passport is not the only thing a ebe prove so oya Ghana ni. In fact, passport entumi kire se oya Ghana ni. ID card entumi kire se oya Ghana ni. Voters ID inti eno ne ebe hu ya anka nyina anka enim ende me no ka say so okuta passport it cannot say we are Ghanaian ende me no ka say okuta birth certificate it cannot prove so we are Ghanaian. How will we know say John Mahama so person contest bi ma he has the right or he does not have the right? It is only through the Supreme Court. Inti I want to thank the NPP very well for bringing this matter up. Because as we go, no, we need to be shaping our democracy. We need to be correcting the wrongs. We need to be looking at things we are not paying attention to. I am very happy, said the MPP, every time they get opportunity to speak on Ghana's issue, they speak about John Mahama Pasoko third term. Because the Constitution part, I was say, I bet you see and I say to me, see. I will say a seeking interpretation on that. And I would like to applaud the NPP for doing that. In fact, They should keep on letting Ghanaians know, say, John Mahama and Yobeko Tetem, Senior Beya will be forced to look into that part in our constitution. Because say, Anya, Debi Buaboye, Ama, Sebio, Yebenya President, Awejimiti Seku Fuadwa, he would nullify this nation. Inti, I want to say a big thank you to NPP. Martina, I journalism, I radio, I editorials. It never crossed my mind to say, John Mahama and Yobeko Tetem. But me, na me say constitution, no, it just say it should be consecutive. Right now, no, it has not been consecutive. Right now, I don't understand consecutive. You also do not understand consecutive. The context at which it was used. We need to go to the Supreme Court to explain to us what consecutive means. Whether John Mahama has the chance to go again or no, because the Constitution frowns on that. These are things that I want to honestly come out and thank the NPP for bringing our attention to that. After your marking for once, I will applaud you for directing our mind to such things. We need to get to the bottom of it. We all need to come together and start asking questions, because NPP actually so NDC ebi no more plan o man can share that until NPP my idea no until we need to start asking questions. We need to start questioning the constitution, sorry. We need to question the Supreme Court. They need to interpret that part of the constitution. Send a beya yenyina no, we will live in harmony. These are very, very important things. We have to stay together and also make sure say embrabia ewo omai wemuno ya tiasie. So we need to go to Supreme Court and seek interpretation. And I'm very happy say NPP for raise the issue. It is good. And they have many say, they took Ghana for Tima. It is becoming something that Ghana for have started believing in it. Ghana for no more say John Mahama, ye jumapa, na nipa we de, ye manager no kwa, one betuma twaso no. They say Ghana for no nya idea say there is something that NPP can nyansa woma, ye nyina betuma adwene ho. Until we are very grateful to the NPP. It does not mean say you could seek for interpretation. It will go in favor of John Mahama continuing. We want to know what exactly the interpretation means. Senior, at the end of the day, and the yabe say a passport, an ID, and a birth certificate does not prove that you are Ghanaian. This is simple. And I will encourage the NPP to keep speaking on that. I will encourage the NPP to keep speaking on that matter. Every single day they get the opportunity, they need to speak on the matter, say, John Mahama Pesoko Tetem, because we need to know whether he can go or he cannot go. And as an opposition party, this is their job, and I'm happy they are doing their job, because we don't want anybody to abuse the Constitution. Every single thing we do as a people, as citizens, we need to stick or stay within the Constitution. And I am happy the opposition is doing its job. Into every single person unim MPP DBano, let them understand, say we are happy. They should keep on raising that issue. In fact, Ghanaians need to understand. Send a better questions, near answers. Send a we can move forward. So the MPP, we really applaud you, because majority of us, this escaped us. There are so many people when you are Ghana and Obubusa say, hey, John Mahama be 4 years now, kwa a better than you are 20 years so. Inti sanko of one but say, hey, and you bet to my constitution, maybe John Mahama bet to my twaso, and can you MPP and Kenim? San Kenya MPP and Kasadi and crosses Yaguneda. Inti, I would like to applaud the NPP. Every single day they have a press conference. They should talk about John Mahama going third term. Send a bear beko Ghana for team. Omo John Mahama. Omo yemushisho say, hey, ena John Mahama. And to minko, yanko Supreme Court enko busa say no kreso betuma kwa so to minko no. Ehia see a benya sign interpretation from the Supreme Court, and no one a bit to the final nail on this issue at NPP raising. Inti, I really want to say thank you very much to the NPP. We really applaud you for doing this. That is the job of the opposition. You always look out for the people. You always look out for problems in the Constitution. You point them out, and then we as citizens, we come together and to deal with such matters. Inti, for once, I'll say thank you to the NPP for bringing this issue of John Mahama Bekubium, John Mahama and Kubium. But the only place that we can get an answer is the Supreme Court. So in the future, we will all go to the Supreme Court and seek interpretation. Now, this is another story. And the story is simple. Me bo video bi wa hachiremu. And the video was about a school feeding program sebio yetwem. Me bo video bi the last time show imbesiriwe bi a omukọ nkran. Normal share space say Ethiopian pilots say omo Ashanti region. omo no mo school feeding no omo akoto aduane aguo de omo tia ne say ya terminate a contract no and they sorry ya sa imbesiriwa ne say school feeding caterers to petition Asante Hene chief imam over contract termination imbesiriwa na omugu Asante memu no NPP ba power 2017 omo ye chairman for yerenom secretary for yerenom MP's girlfriends ene ebusuafo a NPP etam contract mo no and they almost say omo ntiase say ya terminate omo contract into omo kwa Asante Hene wo na 2017 time a NPP ba power na omo wo ho school feeding na ye terminate ye no and then omo kwa Asante Hene wo yeti krom Asante Hene wa fa obi adwuma yeti krom ha school feeding adwuma chief imam wa fa obi adwuma e school feeding Asante Hene ose tutu waji obi application say ono ene fund school feeding aya na mumu bi no sebio say jimio say e tribal say e nkwasi akeka aya na menim se ne amodwene time 2017 ye tam school feeding maamo musi echi green amotena santimemu di Ghana fo atam egi sika amanye aduane no obi ka bibi kire mo ye no na tikrom ha for 8 years majority of you people ankanya school feeding anka mukuru no mutumi nsidan anka bebi amudi mutibeto nka munya bi majority of you people are 2017 NPP tam school feeding maamo asantimemu mumbi dodo amanko school ankanya politics school feeding na anka senior sebio mobeto aduane wo fie di kwana muni bi enso sambre no muda onyankopon the same onyankopon muda na ase mumu dodo kwa asori dem komo afore ekosaye ebu mu pa efisa na mo aban aba nti yaji obi nsemu adwuma di amamo sa onyankopon na 2017 mokoda na ase se oyonyame kokroko na odi ekufu ade ne NPP aba abaji obi adwuma mu obi nsemu adwuma amamo no sa onyankopon na asia na enne obi so aban aba ono so etwa contract ma ode bema emma omoso campaign maamo emo ba power. School feeding is political. Wa ban beba no una obenya contract no. Ye nim say 90% of more Asante for ma munya school feeding. Mo ye MPP for treasurers, party constituency executives. Mo nyina mo ye MPP for. Dia yan say ye di adwuma no maamo no. Sebio mo dodo no ma anya adwuma no. Mo di bo premand ye e di champoa di atem. Nende ya terminate contract wan kran ya also oko tu for na me no tia ro tu for waje application free obi wa fa adwuma me se me no tia ha na wote asantimemu no da be na wote so tu for che sika for school feeding program when we so tu for wache sika da be na wote so tu for me nhia ye bie office wo ha e ho de kwaje school feeding fund sa mo nkwase ade na mo sore na mo de chieftaincy mingle politics no samu Jimmy Samuel na mamu eye nipa bi ehi modwen se asem ba na ya ose ye ka ana mo adwene ya musamu wura menhia asem no e wose by force ye de mamo Ghana enya mu bi dia wo sebio otumfo ya menana Ghana enya menhia dia wo and you people need to get that in your head. This is governance, this is not chieftaincy. Last metena ka kire mo me say eba ahinia I will give it to the MPP because eno na mo ya ade eba amambuo governance. You people are not supposed to come to close to governance. It is end there school feeding caterer. Now say a terminated contractor. You didn't see anywhere to go to Benshia. Adentina kejetia sebio konfanochi. Adentina project sewia afari. Project na yembie no. Adena manye demonstration anko Benshia say onko bie ana otumfo nkasa na yembie sewia. Adentina kumewu hospital. Afari regional Afari hospital. Any hospitals that be na santimemu no. 8 years ekufo do mbie no. Ade na mwanka se eno de etiamo na momma ene mukrunum enya hospital nko. Ade na mwanko menhia se ombie. Aya mumu bi munja jimi no. Moka ho ena ye na ya no etiamo because mumu bi no de bia na mo de otumfo menhia frafra mo kwasia politics no. 2017 ye twa nkofo contract ni mbaye no ade na manko menhia nkaka nche menhia se ya je obi contract mamo na enye ne kwanso no ye fa sa nipa contract ma no ade na manko menhia adentina man sala yanko menhia se MPP aba power ye twa obi contract ndi ama 2017 into enye kwan paso na menhia nkasa ma omo a ye je omo contract no omo de no munye nipa ade na mumu bi mwejimi sa chief imam eno otumfo they are not politicians. If you people have issues, put it on paper and send it to the minister. The contract has been cancelled. You are supposed to follow rules and regulations. The ministry are buying the mausika. You cannot, in your own voluntary, on your own will, go and buy food stuff and can't keep at home and tell me, say, no, I could tell you an go. So what told you an go kumasia to table count if I could. Nobody's going to give you a peswa. Ediane ni kwana kamoye mpa nkabe ni paya. Ediane na amonye. Ya disi kama mwana mwedi na mwedi akwako jine yi yasi di nkwasi asamu tontuma kasiye. Edi echumwe nimu etishe space de mutwi eye Air Force plane ewo Pakistan. And abayin sisani ya Jeffrey Munsema mosa mwantiasiye. Inti muko ediyen. Muko menshia. Inti kamuko menshia na ane abayin na ejayi. Yese monsa meji contract. Na mwenye se abayin na etisono. You tia taxes ma menshia. Ghana for tia taxes ma abino. Da man out so akodu menshia. Ya yi taxes di ba menshia. Menshia of edwuma. Menshia ma contract. That's the fact. Inti sa njamwe no, I am ready say yes, so you better respond to you people, and they will be sending me some message. Be yes, group be releasing letter. In the Ashanti region, and letter no, the can say letter fun and time be say dear Ashanti Defense Force and their contact information concerns over nomination of non-indigenous in Kwasiakeka. Asante DND force. Enti nomination bisimu nko school. Oya Asantini ako school. Anyesa mo betina mu kuro wo imbre bi bedu enkwa ene ntafo da mudi o matem ne awonafo ene enkranfo ene omo amumbu omo no omo be di mo so ene tino mu di mo so. School na mu bi mo nko no ene ntina ende mu feel se bu kuro na mutim na nya mo dia. Mo nko school na mo nkenkan. And yes, we are Santini to say about to me. It does not work like that. So Abayaba now say enter for 200,000 no more qualifier. You the man tough for. Sends them for 400,000 no more qualifier. You the Juma the man and them for D. You see, it's about where you are from and which tribe you belong to. So I'm questioning mentality. When you from him, we are Santini Akani Tindian. Now you are Santini Akani na unko school near the Jimmy Duwechi. Or Hinekasian or Tia Santimas local school. Into Munsia. Follow the footsteps of Otumfo. Na mo from Manko school. No mo so me mpanyufo ensia de mo madwumundo. No mo me pre-position with their certification. Me nkwati akwase bi say Asante Defense Force. Mo nkogu wurem na mo kwati nkusie. Defense ni yen. Asante Defense Force. Yenti ase nomination. Mo dwen say oman na akekere no ebusuan position. And ebusuan we di eyi kakra. Ebusuan we di hene. And ebusuan we di emu no emu we mu omudi ahenkwa we mu mogi say sa na ye kekere man na. The sense of entitlement and foolishness in some of you people. Mon go school, mon sua de, mon preposition, mon form certificate enkoma mo. Enya de hyesem, enya me asantini ya kani, me infantini a Jimmy. I don't entertain infantini a Jimmy. We infantini wan go school. I will not sit here and say John Mahama tam position ma na me yakwasia. The same way we are unenina we Jimmy now we need certification. I will not insist that John Mahama Emma position. I'm not a fool. In the toya santini na wa adwene ya wo say we are santini nti aban aba e wo say chinchine a ya tam position ma and e wo bodam. Mumubi ana mo bodam. Ana mo say it's about say group way yeah they entitled I will see am bibi way masa unya obofro nkwa na odi o unya obofro nkwa na odi ukọ yas na obonsa uka nkwa wodin umbo obi adin we ye oman kyekyere enya busua ene ahenie. Let me tell you people, my party NPP no Richard Ahiagba or ye ahunani the certificate any brofo kakra or teacher mutina mind communications director ada na man ko fa santini anko communications director mi busamo munsua de mabombon nti boka ka brofo titintem mo na mo so besam tonfo so obi a problem mumubi mon ka no kre Richard Ahiagba or ya ahunani mapa brofo kakra ni school kakra bi okọ yeti matam communications director mano adentre man tam asantini ofiri menhia because on a teacher here over to our church MPP history mu other than one-time communications director ama Santiniba na mutama woneni if you say much share party ma hu sa Asante for do muom ene akanfo no dodo te se me no magimi omo nko school omo ntumi enkyerɛkyerɛ nsɛm mu anytime mutama awoneni. So that should tell you say momo party na mutim no se muko school a mubenya positions Matna party ma Asante for party ma wonani abe communications director o di me matem ubu ofu say o ya Asante tax force say the NDC force e dambi na obo. Nobody is going to take this nonsense from anybody. So up a positioner you need to come Ashanti regional minister wako school esua de tina o doctor anything John Mahama share the capability de adwuma na no Zuba wako school esua de anything yaman a mayor it is out Ashanti mema na so person obo MPP akọ school sua de na for certificate beji position enye say ofia Asantini oya Asantini nti yema position na sebio oya Asantini wa born now to make nkan ade ne enter position ma eni bi na mo de be di power 8 years aye hu kasi asem Ashanti regional minister brofo kro to nka Jimmy onoma petition betra no we say di matam na mo te wo bom nsem because mo nko school mo nsua de mumubi mo nsua sa de no imbre bi beba anwonani ba be di Asante for so because oka brofo ye te krom ha imbre bi beba tani e be di Asante hene adentira mo e be ka se mo be di hene ni nyina no obi antumi ntro brofo enti ebedum brebi this year beda ne akoa enti this is a reality check. This is the time for you people to sit and ask yourself adentina we see na mo am party na nkasa MPP no ebedi so 8 years no mo mba Asante for a ye mo position o party nim mo nkenkan ko school ye kana mo buofu ye kapa na mo buofu na mo sa ko bofuro binimu de atare mo hena no na mo keka nkwase asem mo mu bi mo mpese mo besua de enti nka Ghana no ya sorry ya ne atamama wo o ya Asantini nti o ya kan NDC se Kevin Taylor gine ko di aban mu munsua mfiri tete no sa mama mo ni anda form na mama mo mana nko school na mo tu omofo se certification is important me se mo te wo na wala ni abedi Asante hene yete krom ha because ebedu mrebi ye nya nkrachefo e mo nkan gazette nti ase wala ni gina wo se e friend Kwame Boaten but as ye si wala hene Asante hene wo Ghana yete ha yatiana awunani aboa te se me abedi Asante hene because enkra time mo be kenkan a kire na se ehu sebio nyanse da ne tirim ene se dem be vete no muntumi nyama obi fra bontene ene ntina ende MPP Asante for party awunani ene em communications director because party amoya tribalistic say munya anka mo pe twi communications director enso eno yemfa nka asem senke pe obi o ka twi nko a anka Richard Ahiagba anka da be na te Richard Ahiagba o ka twi da be na mo party na mutim no moti se Richard Ahiagba wa betena eye radio so country wesere some party no communication no akanfo party ba nipa mo de communication man no brofo ngwa na oka mumudodo so mo di party echi monte brofo interbe na motuma send message. It brings me to this conversation edutum akan kwase asem bi osesen edutum say where is that country or say edutum say the NPP challenge was communication. We were unable to effectively project our achievement. Country. Kwasi akeka. I say NPP for omo challenge power was communication. If we say omo communicators no intimate project party no project. The question is, no project wo because if there's nothing to communicate about, you can't communicate on anything. NDC communicator at TV so this NDC atena party atena bemu 4 months. Obetuma chiro de Mahama eye. Obetuma chiro policies are what obetuma chiro taxes are ye free wo. Obetuma chiro the why eye. Obetuma chiro the 24-hour economy koso. Obetuma chiro gold board. Obetuma chiro. Na MPP there is no policy to defend. There is no policy to defend. There's no project to defend. So it wasn't about communication. It was about the party not being able to deliver. Because you see, Abu Osun and Anena Musun. Where were Jimmy? It wasn't about communication because a communicator only works with material. The communicator works with what he can see and the facts that he has. If there's no school built, how can a communicator go sit on TV and say a school has been built? If no jobs have been created, how can a communicator sit on TV and say jobs have been created? So what he's talking about was that the NPP communicators were supposed to lie. But Jandam is dead. We are here to stop Jandam. And still, the party is not seeing the reality. They are not seeing, say, their message is not going down because the party is full of lies. The party is not willing to speak the truth. Because communicator can communicator almost or confident no or kasa the party no na okutankrata defending the party because bibi wo ho a or kan nine eden nine siso moka sama ya agenda 111 hospitals e wo Ghana communicator bi anyway to me call one agenda 111 hospital e ko twa picture wo inside can say agenda 111 enie video nie machine si ha nie de be say obi yare. There was no nurse or a doctor in Ghana. Otumika said, I work in one agenda 111 hospital. It communicates and Omeka say, Omeka say, hospital didn't also a ho. These are the foolish politicians. They want people to follow them. Where Cromfo, when we say Kennedy about that, Baumia true for, or you say Obetuma be urum. Oji when we say Baumia air true for Kennedy and mentally on your stable. It was some men who Jimmy to obefem into on the other bar. Yeah, communicators not end to man sending message. The issue here is what is there to communicate about? What are you communicating on? The party in 8 years did not do anything. So what should communicators do? You are insisting that communicators should come out and lie. Now her story way. I'm sure idea. Go to the Ashanti region. And I want to say something. The mayor, Kumasi mayor, is doing something exceptional. Now, Shadie, where a doom. Now, the Kumasi mayor is in the doom, trying to clear the streets. Now, this first video, I am so happy and I really respect the lady na. Obana na owo eduma na one papa na owo camera nichi kasa. I realize say sometimes some people, with all due respect, are ignorant about something. And their approach to things they don't know, no, it makes communication easy. And the continue make us a video, me respected and say, at least, or ye BB, MOB, Kabibi, and say, dear, oh, ye no, it is not right. She did not go off to make it look like, say, Nipara Ojan Nimno or Jimmy for. Maybe I did be pa or ye no, or Nimsa Adena or ye no, wrong. So, who just store our Duma? The only place a store nim. Anything outside the store, you don't own it. It is a you have caused a problem. You have gone against the law. The reason Tiaoba Brochre store, Yanka say, a was said and say, see a mouse store set on a deal, sa store nimuna will say. You don't go or come and put something on the street. Down here. The honest truth is, you cannot blame the woman, whether she knows or she does not know. And you know, and you see, every day, Meka, respect is reciprocal. Oh, see, I'm going to approach a brantiano. So, I Santini, so to my deal with doom. So, will be my me. Say in the interaction, will be disrespect you, be womb. Dabi, my meno eka on an issue to a brantiano. I had a tonyama in Nigerimuno. Say store where any dia, any mercy any dia. In fact, parking lot no cry any dia. And Abrantiano was trying to educate her. Say, Abroche, Sebio, Abroche, how bad? Baby a store one, your baby a friend, your no parking, your baby a friend offloading. That means you can't park there. Your baby a parking with my parking car. Now we need to educate people. We need to let people understand. And Sadia way omuye make a obijina baby na odi o matem se mayo ne Jimmy. Adentina ye ton adie, but unim se problem sisi ane eja towa because of the kind of things that a sisi pedestrian ways and the car kwen no fire service to me ma. What they are trying to do is to save these people, but you're trying a car emubina omwe Jimmy no. Oh mami way, very respectful woman. She understood say I was say obusa de echo, and through the conversation no obehu say there are so many things in power. Sebio no omontiasie. This is how it's supposed to be. It is not to say, so we are Santini, na say Mayo Biba, na say Okasa yen clinic chronim, yen clinic quino, na what dump it, ye NDP for, where NDC for, and don't know where Jimmy. This woman could be a pure NPP person, minim. But you saw the way she approached the gentleman. You saw the way she tried to explain herself. Adikudientia, the oye and oye. This is the only way we can help build the nation. But Sebio ye mubi ni ye Jimmy, ya bibia politics, and it's not peace at blue light, eja toho. And the ever seen ne, ni pebia imagine say, ye NPP for nti yam pene, when a comodeno. When an ejuma say, I bind to me basa the assistance ba, na kwasi ebi say, me ya sentini NPP ni timen pene. You don't have to live like that. Some people are in to help. Ya the store mawa. Sebio oba brochira store bia won warehouse store bi wo ha esi kejetia warehouse no waterfo every day no obi owo warehouse wa one obi owo store no e communicate flask dey ton no aka 3 and e be hia 10 boxes into fabra ne enhyehyɛ adan enchance no aka 17 ye be hia 10 more brand way near the 10 aba no ahyehyɛ na warehouse na onyoma gu na gu ho. We cannot make the store the same store, the warehouse. We cannot turn the front of the shops into warehouses. It does not work like that. You cannot use there as a storage place because and also they need to make sure say we safety here and a nipana or namkwana only safety here and a nipana or driving safety here. If we all come to understand that, obiambo obiasobo a chronomo be senior brocheti no sana Ghana betuma ye enso ye mu bi na Jimmy. I'll suggest something to the KMA boss. Make every Saturday auction Saturday. Okay? To stop this nonsense. Some causes na the following Saturday auction them Saturday bia. Go and get one pack in Kumasi. Say KM a very big yard. Make every Saturday auction Saturday. Saturday ano pabiano bo auction. Munko through the markets. Moje jinyoma na Saturday ano pana no auction yoma ni nyina. Na mo the auction atoso. Say motorbikes are mo the auctions atoso. Na mo paper so mbetuma ko DVL ko change ownership no. Mo yen sa 6 months obi eni obeye sa de no kwan no. All that you need to do, go through the market every day, have a truck like that. Adebia NC baby o say mo town am dia tum. Mo kwan no akoloke no. Saturday auction, obi opeso to bibia omra ho. Obi abape no abeto no de ko. Sa de no generate enough revenue for KMA. Enti omo table esi wo say car kura na o de abesi wo Moses Anko Saturday, let the Kumasi people know say KMA will be a friend auction Saturday. Hey, would you let your task force every day go through the markets? Omuchimoto na masasa obidi nyoma be go abontinia flasco electronics so masasa na mo de call Saturday no about auction. Sa Kumasi for na sambra meton of fofo. Omoba no ton 500 Ghana, 200 Ghana, 100 Ghana, 30 Ghana. Otoni nyina na warehouse near empty. The following Monday, no must say so. No masako, the mubenya biano, mobo no Saturday morning, no more auction. Somewhere in the 3 months, or be for BMBC about TV. And you need to do it in the central markets. Or be a bepe warehouse, or baby. Bon don't come me. Bon auction. Mumboni don't come Saturday bia. Inti KMA boss should come out and say KMA the policy biaba. Se si anu nyoma be sizi biano. Obi amba ya office obium. Ya tam nyoma free kwa ho. Ya sizi unyoma. Tomatoes, tin tomatoes odi ya ya sisani ya de kwa Saturday bra auction Saturday. Bra auction Saturday ubeduru a wa unyoma ni siwo. Ya born auction, ya born don't come. Ubo so obi to. Se KMA eye sadie wait 3 months. Some year 3 months. Who say bibia esi kejetia market, central market. Obia drua or the nyama kokoshe dem. Because then ebeko omutiri momo will say, "Kwamina u just see any one omutam kwa eko don come yo." Eno no. Sa sika ke mo benya nyina no, mo betum de tua omo mo clean market wo no. Until every day you will get people cleaning the market gutters. You will get people working 24 hours. The markets will be clean. Into auctions, you use that money to hire private cleaning companies to desilt sanitation companies to desilt the system. Into one, the city you can basically give the sanitation part to another private company to be cleaning Kumasi market. And you know, resources different, internet generated. Where is the money coming from? Don't come in now, Obono. And as time goes on, Oma Betia say, and he say, Yedi and Yoma Egua Bontine. Don't come me park. Zuba. Don't come me park. Some motorbikes when Yanka Saturday, ding. Echo 1, 2, what Tony na Adiachina Sabatua, no Asasako. Obi any wouldn't be basic one. Pedestrians, Oma Mabajum, Ebenya, time, Anante. Cars, Ebenya baby afa, a jet toke jetia, a doom. 2 minutes, 5 service better about Doom Jano. And that is what the KMA boss needs to do. Don't say, my betchin yoma, but in yomano, aquacogu, baby, or my benia becasa, no mabeji. Then what's the sense in what you are doing? Yoma would come to day. KMA, Yomana would come to day, most are the no be a cofer, a sorry pennyaba, no be a fremo, because Yoma we are most sacono, sa a breedy corruption. Omo mo KMA hono, almost saba beton, omo fake chire, no me akoma sanko foro, no magiska. So the moment you move the things, they are going straight to auction. Opekura you don't come every day. Open an office that does that every day. And upon 7 o'clock, be a KMA ebo don't come. Obekono, na nyome guo ni aton, intendra de ekwaji ye no, ye beba ni aton ni nyina. Ye sako kroma, ye de ba 100 chino, ni aton ni nyina. Into every day there's no backlog. So we can come and do Saturday. Obi baba, and the bush ni aba, and my corruption it will be breeding more. So I almost had a I am not saying say KMA boss bejiska, but we have seen it so many times. Yabe sister nyoman beko, adebechi, omo yabeji omo nyomana na masade yabe guo. Adena mo beji nyomana, adechi don komi. Sedebia yabe sister nyomana adechi ni ebo don komi a. KMA boss, pe a place be one office na can say don komi office. Auction office. They have to work 24/7. Every 48 hours, we are able to go me. But when they be so Kumasi, Jack.